I really feel like on some level, he's misunderstood and he's not that bad. He's not like bombing other countries. He says he's going to do it, but he never does it.
Right.
Like, who are we really to judge Kim Jong Un? We probably killed way more people than Kim Jong Un. And he just kills his own.
Ooh, interesting point. So what's worse?
Yeah.
Killing your own or doing the U.S. shit and killing a lot of other motherfuckers to prosper?
You have the right to kill your own. Don't you? If that's the rules of your country. Listen, don't we have the right to kill our own? What's the rule called?
Death penalty.
Death penalty. We kill our own.
Okay.
You got the right to kill your own.
Okay.
Dude, think about it.
Yeah.
We kill our own. It's fucked up when you go kill someone else because you're killing them when they're maybe not breaking the rules of their land.
Yo.
That we might be more fucked up. Other countries might be more fucked up. You have the right to kill your own. We kill our own. If some dude's out there raping and we kill him, everybody's like, nah, that was good.
Yeah.
There's countries like yours where that's okay. Rape is legal, right? So it's like, what's the deal?
Everybody got their own rules, man.
Everybody got their own rules.
You can't judge how somebody else parents his kids.
You can't. That's what America is. We're literally like the fucking white lady that walks up to the Puerto Rican girl who like spanked her son on the subway. You shouldn't hit your kids. Right? And Kim Jong Un was like, mind your fucking business before I blow you up.
Yo.
But
man,
he doesn't do it because he's pussy. What?
He a decent guy.
He's decent when you think about it in terms of leaders in the world.
Right.
He's probably got the least amount of bodies. He definitely got the least amount of bodies that aren't his own.
Oh, he's up there. He's like, you know, hey, man.
This Mother Teresa, Noon.
Mother Teresa.
Dude, honestly, in terms of the amount of people Mother Teresa killed, and Kim Jong Un killed
outside of his own
country,
not that different.
I would say the same. I would say, if anything, maybe Mother Teresa killed more people. She was probably going around. She might have had like a cough or something like that. Somebody got a cough, shitty immune system, they died. Kim Jong Un not traveling.
He's
like
not
that.
even leaving.
He's not leaving the country, baby. Everything's coming to him. Dennis Rodman coming to him. He was on The Last Dance before everyone. Was he not?
Yeah.
That's it.
You're right.
He's shooting bombs in the air, whatever like that. You know how much Asians love fireworks? I think a lot of times these people are completely misunderstood. They don't have a Chinatown where you can get the fireworks. You got to get the fireworks from the fucking military.
So that's all he got.
That's all he got. Yeah. There's no Chinese allowed in to make a Chinatown. Think about this.
Oh, fuck.
Is Kim Jong-un that bad when you really want to consider global leaders? Is he that bad?
Hey, man, you know, he's Sweden to the rest of the country, or Switzerland. What's the neutral one? Switzerland? Switzerland. He's just Switzerland.
He's minding his own business, blowing his own rockets into his own water.
Maybe Switzerland killing a lot of their own people, and we don't know about it.
And we don't even ask because they're like, we're neutral.
Yeah.
We don't even know what's going on there.
But we got no clue.
No clue what's going on in Switzerland. But we don't judge the prime minister of Switzerland.
Maybe it's racism.
Maybe it is.
You know what I mean?
Wait, what? We just jumped to racism.
I'm just saying, 'cause, listen, he Asian, and we judging him. Maybe Switzerland doing the same thing.
But they're white.
But they got white privilege. You
That's it.
I'm just trying to flip the liberal logic on him. That's
no,
all.
you might be right about this.
Hey, let's rock with it.
What is Switzerland? Hey, you ready for it?
Yeah, always.
Kim Jong-un never said he was neutral during times of hardship.
Shit.
Real talk, Switzerland has killed more people, other people's people, than Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. What? Hey, you might say Kim Jong-un is having atrocities on his own people. Who lets atrocities happen to other people?
To other people.
Switzerland.
Matter of fact, North Korea was probably started because they were like, we're not going to let atrocities happen to our people.
Yeah.
We got to start a new Korea. Right?
Yeah.
There's something to this.
Oh.
If Kim Jong-un was the leader of Switzerland, he could do some great things to that country, bro. Real talk. I'm being serious.
Hey, if you're tired of going to war as the U.S. and stepping into problems that aren't your own and intervening in everybody else's shit, you know who would be a great president?
Kim Jong-un.
Un, baby.
Un.
Numero uno.
Numero uno. Think about it. This guy, he's a legend, bro. He's a legend.
Oh, man.
Honestly, We really need to look into this. I hope he doesn't die. People are saying he's dead already.
No. So South Korea. I don't know why South Korea is reporting this, but they said it's not
haters,
true.
bro.
Yeah.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Wait, so they're saying he's healthy though?
Huh?
They're saying he's healthy though.
They're saying he's healthy?
South Korea is saying he's healthy.
I heard the reports are that he's brain dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And
shit.
That being said, I don't think that should be a requirement to lead. No, I mean that. I mean that. If Joe Biden gonna run for fucking president, bro, if Biden gonna be out there, who's more brain dead right now? Joe Biden, Kim Jong Un.
It's not far. It's not far.
There we go.
It's not far. It's just like a Weekend at Bernie situation.
That's it. A weekend at Oons.
We would make it a weekend at Jongi's.
A weekend at Jongi's. I think that there's something severely misunderstood about Kim Jong Un. I really do.
Severely
misunderstood. You should be allowed to spank your kids. When you're the daddy of a nation, sometimes you got to spank your kids.
He's spanking his kids.
But can you spank someone else's kids?
No.
It's disrespectful.
You would never.
Now, if someone told you, hey, we don't like the way you spank your kids, and you had some nuclear weapons,
I would threaten. I'd be like, I'll spank the fuck out of your kids. How about that? Don't let me spank my kids, motherfucker.
Yo, hey. Kim Jong Un might be the most American motherfucker out there. Can I be honest with you? In the way that he operates.
That's why Trump called him Rocket Boy. It was a compliment.
It was a compliment. The bomb's bursting in the air.
That's what we about, yo.
You don't think he listens to the national anthem? He's like, that just slaps. That's what I do. The bomb's bursting in the air. Bro, I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
We could learn something from Kim Jong Un.
Yo.
Man gave his life. The man gave his life.
So,
why are you saying it's so Asian?
Because
he gave his life.
He gave his life. Dude, for real.
Yo.
The guy gave his fucking life, man.
So the report is that
what's the official report, Al?
He's in grave danger after surgery. So the real question is, what surgery?
What surgery did he get?
What surgery?
Penis enlargement.
You think it's penis enlargement?
Gotta be.
I thought it was putting the folds on their eyelids. You know how Asians don't do that shit?
I thought he was getting that Brazilian butt lift.
Why, Al?
You suck the fat out the stomach and then make his ass more attractive for a Rodman.
Interesting.
Rodman, isn't he into the lady boys?
Huh?
Isn't Rodman into lady boys?
No, I think Rodman would be a lady boy.
Yeah, he was wearing the dress.
I don't know how that
shit.
world works.
I don't buy this shit one bit. I'll be honest. I think I know what happened.
Oh, that's not what happened.
I think I know what happened.
Okay.
I think I know
You
what happened.
saying I'll be honest like you saying some different shit than you normally say. I'll be honest. I think I know what happened. The only difference is the words I think.
Akaash? I'm going to be even more honest than I was just about to be. I'm going to increase honesty by at least 1 decibel right now. Okay? I think we know he's a big basketball fan.
Yeah.
Is he not?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think he was doing Sunday?
Watching the last motherfucking dance from his boy.
Bitch wife was probably yapping the fuck up about it. This guy missed a very important part. You know he can't rewind. He's in North Korea. They ain't got motherfucking rewind.
No,
right?
no chance.
Heart attack.
Yep.
Straight to the hospital. Mm-hmm. That's what he's recovering from.
And he probably like, look, just tell everybody I'm dead for 10 weeks. I got 10 episodes of this show to get through, 5 weeks, however they play it. I bet as soon as, maybe even as soon as the Rodman episode is over, you'll start hearing little reports that he's recovering. A miracle recovery.
We need to start selling some bands. What would Un do? Because that is genius. This guy's a fucking genius.
Yo, hey man, he's the guy.
This guy's the guy. Prepared. Takes care of his fucking people. You don't hear any of them bitching about coronavirus.
He don't got to build a man cave to go watch his documentary.
No.
He just leaks media reports he's dying.
That's it. Leave me alone. Let me be by my lonesome.
Yo, man.
Motherfucking legend, bro. Motherfucking legend as Kim Jong Un is.
You know what the funniest part to me is his sister might take over and everybody's saying she's just as bad. And it's like, come on, yo. We really finna be afraid of this bitch?
Yeah.
Come on, yo. The sister? I'm gonna be afraid of the sister? Oh no, the sister!
What do you think she's gonna do?
Man, I don't know. Fucking take away our fried rice? Bitch, what's in that thing? Korean fried rice? Take away our barbecue?
Yeah, they fried chicken, actually. They got a bomb
Korean fried chicken. There you go.
Korean's got a good fried chicken.
Yeah. And if she did that, there would only be problems in like New York or LA or cities that know about Korean fried chicken.
So you're not concerned about a new leader in
I'm
North
not
Korea?
scared of a female dictator. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2. I'm Andrew Schulz. I'm here with Akaash SIngh. We got AlexxMedia, Mark Gagnon in the building. We gave Mark a mic. Let's see if we regret it. Mark, say hello into the mic.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Oh, shit.
It's on, baby.
Sexy ass voice. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
You're not
I'm gonna
afraid.
keep it a buck.
You're gonna keep it a buck.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't afraid of no
You're not
female
afraid.
dictator.
Is there a female that isn't a dictator?
That's what I'm saying. Every married man, I've been with this. Ain't that bad?
We're used to it.
You just apologize a little more than you normally would. That's
Honestly, we probably put them there in the first place to get them out the house. Like, you don't think Angela Merkel or whatever that bitch name from Germany, you don't think her husband is like, no, go dictate or do whatever the fuck you want. Like, and also, first of all,
Stop telling me what to do. Tell everybody what to do.
that
I'm
bitch
tired
trying
of
to
this
tell
shit.
all of Europe what to do. It wasn't enough Germany. Right? She wants to bring the European Union. You just want more people tell what the fuck to do. That's all this bitch wants. Right? We should bring it together. Why should we bring together? So I can tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah, boy.
We should have one currency. Why? So I can spend it.
That's
Of
all.
your-
That's why women want to get married first. That's why they want kids first. It's just more motherfuckers I can
tell
dictate.
what to do.
I gotta dictate to people.
We're not gonna let it happen. We're putting a stop to this, ladies.
Hey, you know who's the man for the job? Trump. Tell
What?
that bitch to shut up.
Hey,
shut
bro.
up, bitch.
Hey, but look, got her green card on the edge of the table. Like, you see what he did? You know that Melania almost fucked up the last dance for him.
Oh yeah.
Melania almost fucked up the last dance for him. Motherfucker said immigration is now illegal. Right? He almost sent that bitch back to Poland or whatever fake Poland she from. What fake Poland is
I
she
don't
from?
know what fake Poland she's from.
Lithuania, Lusitania, the Titanic.
No,
Which fucking ship is this bitch from?
Titanic.
Which fucking European ass ship is this bitch from, right? I mean, no disrespect to the Flotus. Flotus is a dope rap
Yo,
name,
yeah,
right?
real talk.
Someone got to call himself
Yeah,
Flotus.
Flotus is nice.
That shit is fire.
Yeah.
But real talk, where is she from? And why haven't we heard from this bitch when Corona came
And she
about?
barely speak English, son.
I love it when she tried to tell us what to do. Right? You need to take care of your kids. Taking care of kids is important.
She's from Slovenia.
She's from where?
Slovenia.
That's a fake Poland.
That's
for
a
real.
fake Poland, bro. All that shit's Poland, bro. All that shit's Poland. Alex. Yo, do we got listeners in Slovenia? Tell us why you're not Poland. Message in and tell us why you're not Poland.
You like waited
We
to
gotta
hear
get
them
that-
talk back.
Hey, I'm listening.
We could get that response in like a month. These motherfuckers gonna
They go
Pony Express
write a
this
letter
letter
in.
over. Send that shit on a ship.
That's sad when white countries are shit.
I know, yo.
Ain't it
Y'all
fucking-
really fucked up.
Yo, do you see it and do you get depressed?
Legitimately, I do. I feel bad for white people who are like white countries that are poor. I'm like, yeah, fucked up.
Like, do y'all look at the whites that have made it and what do you think?
Yeah, of course.
But like when you're Indian, it's different, right?
How so?
Like when I look at like Poland and all that kind of shit.
I feel bad for him, yo.
Yeah, but it's like, why can't they just get it together?
Yeah, I feel bad because it's like, how'd you fuck this up?
Yeah.
Like, this seems impossible.
Yeah, but
Could be
what
a
do you think
poor
it was?
white country.
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
What did they do different?
They must have lost a war to other white people.
Oh, you think we went to war with them? We bodied them.
I assume.
Yeah, but you think that they would just kind of like sneak in?
Yo, that's a great point. You get rid of that goofy ass accent in a generation or two.
It is a stupid accent.
It's so stupid, dude.
It is really dumb. That might be Trump's greatest skill. Is putting up with that fucking accent on a daily basis. Right? Like just imagine hearing that honey, what are we going to do this weekend with kid? Like he don't ever spend time with his kid, huh?
No chance.
The little one that he had with her.
No chance.
I feel bad for that kid.
That kid I really feel bad for because everybody hates the kid. He did nothing.
no fucking
He did
reason.
nothing. Genuinely, all jokes aside, I feel bad for that kid. That's a fucking kid. You can't help who your parents are. You feel bad for a kid with abusive parents.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. The kid got no fucking control of the situation he's in. He's rich.
And his mom hot with fake tits. Don't you feel bad for him then?
I truly do.
Do you think if he sucks his mom's tits, it's bad or it's okay because they're not technically hers?
Yo, Do you think they got to check the pH of the breast milk because that shit got so much saline in it?
Wait, can you breastfeed if you're
Probably not. But that's
if you have fake tits? Can you breastfeed?
probably not, right?
Kind of.
I don't know.
Depends on if you get it over the muscle or under the muscle.
Yeah.
If it's over the muscle,
then
no.
you can't. Nah.
I don't remember which way it is, but some women, depending on how you do it, you can or you can't.
Damn.
Over the muscle though, you probably just take the shit out, right? Just grab some scissors. You know what I mean? Just a little quick
Just lance
in
it,
and
bro.
out. You know what I mean? Nah, just pull the
Dog.
shit out.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Dog, man. I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say. My heart is broken over Kim Jong Un right now, dog. My heart is broken, Al. Dude, my heart can't go on.
Okay.
Hey, you know what else you can say?
What?
You know who loves Kim Jong Un?
Who's that?
North Koreans.
They fucking love him, dude.
They love this guy.
That guy got 100% approval rating.
Bruh,
It's not divided like America. You know what I'm saying? Half of America loves Trump. Other half of America's gay. Yo, what if Trump just starts saying, I understand there are people that are gay and they don't love me. I get it. I understand my approval. He's like, no, we're Democrats. No, I
my
understand you're
approval rating is
homosexual.
51%. 49% gay.
Son, that's how you get the black vote. That's how you get the black.
Yo, who'd you vote for? Trump, son. I ain't gay, son. I ain't gonna be out here not voting for Trump.
Are they already right in Biden, no homo? Biden pause.
Biden pause though, but Biden pause though. Like for real. No homo, I had to vote for Biden. You know what I mean? I know it was type gay when I flipped that switch. Dude, that's how he got to do it. Trump could do it. Be honest, Trump could
I wonder
do
if
it.
there's a way you can make the ballot like you. The only way to vote Democrat is to flick your wrist real
Son, that's
hard,
how you
like,
vote. You go like that. I think Democrats down. Right? And then fucking Republicans like
Trump is just up, like you know what I mean? Like
Like
you're
a
fingering
finger in a
somebody and you ain't asking no permission. Take that bitch, grab me by the pussy, bitch.
flip that clip.
Ain't that perfect? You grabbing the pussy of your Trump?
Yo, real talk. I think that motherfuckers are gonna vote for Trump, man. I know it sounds crazy. Alex already told me privately he's voting for him, man.
Son, don't do that.
Hey,
Don't do that.
remember when you said that
Don't
to
do
me?
that. No, I
Do you
did
remember
not.
when you said
Nope,
that? You said
never.
you're giving up white women
Nope, never.
and you're voting for Trump.
No, because you got crazy fans who believe that shit.
You said
Nope.
you're giving up white women, you're voting for Trump.
Wow, that's two anti-black things. I can't believe it, yo.
Son, I wasn't Kim Jong Un enough to do the math on that. Son, Kim Jong Un would have been laughing at that though. He would have found that funny.
Yo, real talk, yo. Alex, how you selling out?
Son, it's,
That's wild that
it's
you would give up on white
preposterous
women.
for you to say that.
Say again?
Believe
It's
it, man.
preposterous for you to say that.
What do you mean?
I will
Preposterous.
never give up white women. Son. Come on, son.
Bro, wait, remember when you said to me in confidence?
Yo, stop.
Not
No,
in
I didn't.
confidence.
Stop.
You
Don't
said
do
this.
this, son.
You were like, yo, this shit was crazy because he goes, I'm saying this in confidence, right? And usually when people start sentences like that, right? But he
Yeah.
goes, yo, I'm telling you this in confidence. He's like, I don't like that Trump is getting all the black dudes out of prison. I was like, why not? He goes, because they're going to take all my white bitches. That's what he said to me. That's what you said to me, dude.
They-
You know what's
say that.
funny
They
is he was
do
really
like-
upset, but then when you said that, he laughed like a oh shit laugh.
That's
He was
true.
like,
Son,
Put these motherfuckers back in jail.
I thought of Felon Bay. I'm like, damn, all them white bitches did. Like, son, he got a fucking billionaire when he got out. Son.
Son, you know, got a chance out here in these streets, bro.
Yeah, shit.
Bro,
Shit, I got to go back to jail.
real talk.
Come out with some tats.
Wait a minute, what?
I got to go back to jail and come out
Oh,
with some
so
tats.
that you get that no,
Yeah.
but when all these other guys are coming out of jail, you're gonna have some serious competition. You're gonna have to go back to black women, bro. That's a fact.
bruh,
We Spanish right now.
what kind of Great Depression of pussy you think Alex about to experience and he gonna go back to black women?
Son. Do you think, Al?
What would it take for you to go back to black women, Al?
I've been on black women recently.
Why are you lying, bro?
Because I have.
Why are you lying, dog?
Alright,
You in
whatever.
fucking quarantine. Nobody done nothing recently.
Nah, recent is before quarantine. That's
so before
recent.
quarantine,
Yeah.
you've made love to a black woman.
I made sweet love.
To a black woman.
Sweet love.
Mark, you have a microphone. You might want to chime in here.
Yeah, Mark, chime.
I got no input on this, bro.
Yeah, we've had different rules because of that.
So
All the
different-
sweet love making I was making to black women, he had to wait outside the room. He's like, I can't. I got to
So
need
now
my
you
own
guys
room.
got your own room so
Yeah.
you can make sweet love to black women.
Yes, and
What
he
was
can
her
hear
name?
next door.
What was her name? What was the girl's name?
Chill, I can't do that
Wait, why can't you do that?
because she listens.
Because you can't pronounce it?
Sniping, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I just can't remember, but same different.
Huh? All
Same
right,
different.
fine, fair enough.
There we go.
Just fair the fuck enough.
Bad.
All right. There's a lot of crazy shit going on out here in the world, man.
Oh, man.
Yo, so Trump is stopping immigration while we're talking about Trump.
Right.
Now, or he said he's thinking about doing it or signing an executive
He
order.
said he
Can
signed
he do
an
it?
executive order. I don't know if he can pull it off, but it's election season, baby.
What does immigration mean?
Nah, but
No,
that's
no,
the
I
thing.
mean,
it was a little
like-
vague. It's like, what? You not letting motherfuckers come in?
Nah,
You
because
not-
immigrate doesn't mean come in.
you not.
It means try to live here.
Try to live
from
here.
another country. That's what's funny is you can still visit. If
Yo,
you're worried about
real
the
talk?
virus,
Real talk. Before we let anybody else come in, I'm gonna need to see if they were talking shit. I would like to check your tweets.
that's valid.
I think that the president should be allowed to do that.
A lot of liberals will be getting tweet delete. I'll tell
I'm
you that
just
shit.
saying.
I wouldn't be the only one out here only having 2,139 tweets.
But don't you think that's fair that you should be able to look through somebody's tweets in the past? Like if we cancel people for a bunch of different reasons, but if you look through the tweets in the past and you see them say some shit like, oh, America thinks there's the best, but there's no healthcare, shouldn't you be able to present that to somebody that's trying to come to America and get citizenship?
Honestly, not bad logic. If you subscribe to cancel culture, this is essentially just cancel culture.
Let's say someone wants to go to India or someone wants to go to another country. I know you guys are listening from England, all these places in the world. Someone was talking mad shit about your country, popping off at the lip. Now they want to be a citizen. Shouldn't you be able to check them on that?
Maybe you'll feel away.
I would feel away.
Yeah. You wouldn't, as America, you'd be like, oh, I'm not allowed to feel away.
Why not?
Because we're like the best and you're not supposed to be confident in being the best. You know how people, whatever. But like if you went from these bitch ass countries like England,
Yo, you heard that, England?
y'all some bitches, yo.
Yo, you heard
Y'all
that,
some bitches,
England?
yo.
I don't want that smoke.
You heard that?
You don't want English smoke? We done
Son.
had the English smoke 250 years ago. Fuck out of here, England.
How you like
Fuck
that?
out of here.
And again in 1812.
Yeah.
And again, you try to run it back. Ain't work.
Oh, Brexit ass. Get
know
out
what
here,
I'm
you
saying?
alone, England, lonely bitch.
I don't know. From here, it looked like it worked. Those some pretty ass eyes you got there. So
Oh, hey,
it looked like
hey, honestly, for that, thank you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Buck. Thank you for that.
You have benefit off of that.
yeah.
Do you think your girl would be with you if you didn't have pretty eyes?
No chance.
So this
There
is,
is one reason anyone on earth finds me attractive.
and that is
Damn
beautiful
sure
eyes.
ain't 5'7".
Get the close up. Get the close up on them eyes. Yo.
I got it.
Get them close up on them eyes.
Oh,
Damn.
you're serving me right now.
Y'all trying to get fucked in the eyes?
Okay. Now, so
uncomfortable.
can you say it was worth it? The English guy that raped someone in your family. Can you say on some level it was Akaash brain is processing?
I got a
millions-
bit about this. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't be mad at it. You know what I mean?
Was it worth it on some level because now you get to have kids with your girl and bring some more beautiful people into it? Is it worth it on some level?
I got a bit where
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to, this is a real story. I used to ask my parents where I got these eyes from and
Yeah.
they would never like have an answer, like a
Yeah.
real answer.
Yeah.
And then eventually you just kind of realize they're just thinking like, yeah, well, your great grandma took one for the team. So it's in the gene pool now.
Now, here's the thing. Let's just talk
Yeah.
about it, right? Unfortunately, rape is quite prevalent in India. Unfortunately.
It's a bit of an issue.
It's
in
a bit
some
of an
parts.
issue
Yeah.
in some parts, right?
Yeah.
Bit of an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So if rape is gonna be around, right? right. If it's there already, it's like you might as well get some eyes out of it. If it's gonna happen,
I would say maybe we only learned rape because of England.
oh, they brought it in.
They, you know what I mean? It's
Some of them positions in the Kama Sutra did not look very consensual, my friend. Right? The bitch's fucking feet are behind her head. I don't think that shit gets there like, okay.
how you gonna do that on your own?
Say again?
You're gonna need some level of consent to get the feet back there like a motherfucking.
You think? You don't think they were forced back there? Let me open up that.
That's busting at the widest open.
It is, but y'all busted it the widest open. Real talk.
Got your fucking legs out here like the goddamn Wegmans logo or whatever. Just get the fuck out of here.
This look like Hartford, a Starbucks.
Fucking Hartford hockey team out here. You know what I mean?
All right, but yeah, so that is, you get a nice little benefit. You know what I mean?
It wasn't all bad. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's hurricanes every single year in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah.
But they don't get no pretty eyes out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I used to get real tight at people who would try to defend like the English and be like, they're not all bad. We got railroads out of it. And then I was like, fuck you.
Y'all love the railroads. See how many people go on them?
That's the bus, yo.
What?
That's the bus.
And the railroads, y'all all over the railroad.
Nah, y'all ever been on the railroad in India? If you ever been on the railroad in India, that shit ain't no.
Son, I've been in India, bro. I've been on the railroad, son. I like it when y'all put a carpet up there, pretend y'all doing the magic. Son, that shit is lit. I see y'all up there, a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. No, seriously, don't close your eyes. You can miss a turn and fall out there. Son, that shit is lit. That's innovative.
I hate how hard Al's laughing.
Son, it was innovative, bro.
Son, I hate it. I hate it because it wasn't that good.
It was good. It was good.
It's good.
So
It wasn't that good.
You can picture that shit.
It wasn't that. That's why it bothers me.
You never seen that shit? You can picture it.
Because you're not actually ignorant.
No,
I legit laugh like a fucking ignorant.
But it's true. They do that shit. And you never seen a dude with a push start? You got to push the button on the forehead to start the... That's what they do. To start the carpet. You just push right. You push right.
That was great. That was fantastic. I can't hate on that. That was fantastic.
It's a game they play with the kids to get the kids all excited about it. They're like, how do you turn the carpet on? Push the button.
That was fantastic. Oh, fuck. Fuck you. That was really good. Fuck you. Oh, man. It was such a good tag.
He's gonna get ripped up tonight for the Indian community. He's like,
how you gonna take that shit? I'll just have
I've never heard Al laugh like this in my life. It came from his soul.
I know, the weight of the community. Al's usually carrying the weight of the community. That is an advantage of being white, is when y'all make fun of white people, it's not like white people call me up like, how you gonna let Akaash and Alex talk about white people like
I hear it every episode. So like, word. It's the last episode, all we eat is fucking zebra cakes and some shit like that.
I didn't say it's all you eat. Who eats the most?
Son, I really thought you were saying they were eating zebra.
Because we didn't have vegetables at home.
Did nobody try zebra?
I'm sure they have in Africa.
I would try it.
It feels like there's a lot of animals going around to be eaten.
Yo, they eat everything everywhere.
Yeah.
You go somewhere, they're eating that animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
the problem is when you take the eat everywhere people and you mix them with urban people.
Yeah.
Eat any animal people should be with people who eat all the animal. That's your community. That's what you guys eat. Okay. When you start mixing it with the city, you got the wet markets. That's where we're fucked up.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to just eat whatever animal as long as you live with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got herd immunity from eating the herd.
From eating the fucking herd.
Yo.
I mean, like, let's get to the bottom of it.
I still can't get over Al's laugh, yo.
Why?
That shit was from such a fucking, like, his soul felt a release.
Son,
I just pictured a ladder on top of the train.
Nah, the second laugh.
You didn't see that? That's a thing that they do. That is a thing that they do, bro. And you sing the song and everything like that. Nah, for real.
Oh, God,
Which
that's
song?
hilarious.
What?
Which song?
The Whole New World.
Yo, hit it.
What is it? Tell me, princess, now what did you do? What is the song? I don't know the song.
You're gonna do the accent.
I don't know the song. How does it go, Al?
Oh my God.
I forgot.
How does it go? What you mean you forgot?
I forgot. Nigga.
No. Come on, you black cracker motherfucker. You can't be calling me that word like that. Black cracker. Come on, say it, cracker. Say it, cracker, black cracker. Come on, what do y'all call me?
What do you mean what we call you?
Remember we were doing the racist last night?
Oh, yeah. I didn't have anything.
You white nigga.
Yeah.
And then what am I? For you.
We didn't have one, remember?
We did. We still haven't figured that out?
Figure one out.
Fuck.
Send me some suggestions.
Push start could be good.
Push start. I was thinking that just now.
White push start, motherfucker. Son, you've never heard them do that shit? You've never seen them do it? There's videos of them doing it.
It's
they
so
walk
good.
on,
I hate
they
it.
hit
It's
it,
so good.
and then the guy just goes. All right, guys, we gotta stop paying some bills real quick. I'm trying to get you some good breakfast, man. I'm trying to get you some good, tasty breakfast out here. That low carb breakfast, that healthy breakfast. Magic Spoon has done it. We've talked about them before, but Magic Spoon is delicious, delicious cereal. They got all the best cereal flavors. They got the 4 best. You get a variety pack. The flavors are cocoa, fruity, frosted, blueberry. Make no mistakes about it. They going after the top flavors, okay? From the cereals that we love growing up. They just found a way to do it healthy. So if you are not doing cereal, if you don't want to make your kid eggs in the morning or something like that, just give them Magic Spoon. You can order the variety box. Let me just put this out. 0 sugar, 12 grams of protein, only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. You're not going to find a more healthy cereal that tastes good. You could have grape nuts, okay? You could eat that, or you could have something delicious that your family will love, and most importantly, your kids will love, that's actually healthy. Get them started on something healthy now, not addicted to that sugary cereal that all of us got addicted to at a young age and then ended up shooting up schools. So this is going to stop school shootings. Magic Spoon right here. Go to magicspoon.com/flagrant. You get that variety pack, and then you're going to get free shipping as long as you use our promo code FLAGRANT. This is how confident Magic Spoon is. If you don't like the cereal, 100% money back guarantee. Yeah. Think about that.
That's crazy.
If you don't, this is how cocky they are. They're like, I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to keep eating it. 100% money back guarantee if you are not happy with the cereal. That's magicspoon.com/flagrant and use the code FLAGRANT for free shipping. You don't want to go to the grocery store. Just let them send it to you. Now let's get back to the show. No, but in all seriousness, bro.
God. Oh, man.
Yo, did you see the people out there protesting?
Oh, yeah. Protesting, staying inside.
Yeah, they're protesting staying inside. And then their nurses, did you see the nurses go out and counter protests?
That's idiotic. Why would you counter protest? Stay inside, bitch. What you doing?
No, listen, all due respect to nurses. We're very grateful for nurses and all that kind of shit. Thank you very much, nurses, for doing what you're doing. That being said,
it's illogical to protest people telling you to stay inside by going outside and protesting and screaming.
Who's most likely to have it?
Oh, honestly, that's actually a good countermeasure. Like, if you nah, we need to teach these guys a lesson. Let's go breathe on all these motherfuckers.
Oh, you think the nurses were actually out there trying to kill them?
Maybe it's strategic. Yo, fuck them. That's what I don't understand. Everybody's like, how can they open up Florida? Think about the fucking retards it's going to kill. Aren't you happy about that? Ain't that
maybe
strengthening
you're saying maybe they're doing it on purpose? Maybe they're trying to thin out the herd in Florida.
Thin out the herd. And listen, a lot of people who are mad at these guys and think they should go inside hate our current president, who probably voted for our current president in a swing state, in maybe the swing state of Florida, is probably the motherfuckers outside protesting. Let them all catch it.
Yeah, low-key, I kind of like that they're outside, though. I like that protest.
Bruh, you about that. You about that.
I'm kind of about that action.
Yo,
you know what I mean? I don't like being out. I don't like being told I got to stay inside.
It's great seeing the more money you make, the more you like Trump. It's so fun to watch the fucking transformation.
It's not Trump. I just like motherfuckers going, fuck you. I love someone who just says, fuck you. When they tell you to stay inside.
You like motherfuckers saying, fuck you. You love motherfuckers saying, fuck you. Keep your tax money.
No, it's not about the money thing.
Yeah, whatever, yo.
It isn't.
You remember how many debates we have and I was like, liberals are annoying. And you're like, nah, man.
Nah, you did. You were on Republican shit way before me.
Yeah. Y'all annoying as fuck.
You were on Republican shit. Yeah.
And I knew. I said, Schulz gonna get rich and he could come over here. He could get it. I'm not Republican, but yeah, liberals.
To be fair, though,
y'all annoying.
I was saying my most wildest shit back when I wasn't making that much money.
That's true.
Right? It was during Brilliant Idiots.
That's true.
To be fair.
That's true.
So I did get in.
You were saying wilder shit? Most wild shit, you said? Like not PC? You were more flagrant on Brilliant Idiots than you are here?
No. Most like defending conservative shit.
Okay. Yeah.
But But in all seriousness.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
Yeah.
In all seriousness. in the most seriousness. That's a weird saying, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
I really forgot what we were talking
All jokes aside.
Come on, it's 420 yesterday, man. Shouts to Radix Remedies. But no, but there's why did I bring up the Trump thing?
Going outside. You like motherfuckers going outside.
Oh, I like that people are going outside. I like it.
So,
you shouldn't just bend over and do whatever the fucking country tells you to do. Just get fucked right in your ass. That's what people are doing.
son, the pictures from those protests, though, it was struggle protests. Like 5 people.
You ever watch?
It's
it
not
was-
the best
it
of
was
the best.
struggle, son.
It's not the best of the best.
They crop pictures
Mark
just so
thinks
like
they
to
were
make
Make it look
it
better. But yo, here's the thing. If it's not even a big deal, this is another thing to consider. If it's 5 people, why are we giving it so much attention?
That's to Mark's point. Mark thinks it's fake protests because they know it'll draw attention, and the more people hate on it, the more people will retweet it and whatever, and then it'll hit people that are kind of neutral to be like, you know what, they're right. Let me go outside,
should
and
we-
then it becomes a thing.
Mark,
that's how Trump won the election.
Should we fucking red pill him right now, Mark? We were saving this. We were really saving this. We were going to do more research and figure everything out and find if it was the truth or who was really behind it. Is it China? Is it Russia? Is it America? Is it Dems? Is it conservatives? But should we fucking red pill them right now, Mark? Are you fucking ready, Mark?
Yo, let's do it.
Are you ready, Mark?
No.
All right, dog. Red pill them right now. When you want to know the real shit about these protests, so right
Not
now.
really.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Said it
Yo,
for me.
you ever watch a movie or like a series? You remember Game of Thrones? How like all of a sudden the dragon bitch went bad, and you're like, yo, that character shift happened too fast. That's Andrew with going outside. 2 weeks ago, let me tell you what's gonna happen with the lockdown. Don't go outside. You can't come here if you've been outside. And now you're like, yo, let's go outside. It took one Patreon episode. All of a sudden, he's like, yo, fuck this. We outside.
I can show you the world. Shiny, shivering splendor.
I could not join
Tell me
genetically.
what
I just had
street
to.
we could- What is the next line?
I don't know.
Tell me what street
It's a turn on.
is a magic carpet ride.
A whole new world.
No, you can't play it, son.
What if I put it under the voice?
No, you can't play it. It's too much risk. And we're going to get flagged for that.
that small
Fucking
sound right
Al,
there.
bro.
That small
Which
sound
street
right
to
there.
turn on? Is that what the
I
lyrics
think which street?
Talk to your Uber
Tell
driver,
me
bro.
which street.
To turn on for the best halal.
Y'all don't even do halal.
Nah, we fucks with it though.
You do like halal.
love it.
Why?
Man, it's all essentially the same food. It's spicy, it's rice. It's just, every Indian comic just has a joke about biryani. That's just biryani with a little more meat.
Right.
Chicken and rice or whatever.
So you guys
And
are
some
the same.
sauce. Hey, look, we ain't that
I'm just
different.
saying.
I'm gonna be honest,
It's
we
not
ain't
that different, right?
Yeah, I used to have a bit about this too. I don't get offended if you think I'm some other shit.
Yeah.
If you close,
That's what I'm
So
saying.
why you mad? I'm laughing at the hilarious shit. son.
Yeah.
because the way you were laughing
I know.
was like OD.
Why was it
was
OD?
OD.
Why was it OD? Because he's always thought that way about you. He once told me on no bullshit.
Oh, another one.
No, this is what you say. I remember you were late. I was like, yeah, Akaash is in a little bit of traffic, but he's getting here. And he'd be like, can you just soar over the traffic? He said that to me seriously, bro. He goes, can you just soar over the traffic? I was like, what are you talking about?
Right before he voted for Trump.
Son, that's why he's voting for Trump. He's off white women, but he's pro-Trump. That's what Alex said to me.
Yo, you think OffWhites, the company, was a movement to try to get black dudes to stop fucking white women?
Oh my
OffWhites.
God.
OffWhites.
Oh shit. That was
Oh
kinda
my God.
Yo, we OffWhites.
They still got the plastic on it, like
it's-
black people's couches.
dope. And is made by Virgil, and he dates a white woman.
Virgil dates a white
Yeah,
woman?
his wife is white.
Get out of
Of course.
here. I mean, you didn't know that?
it makes sense.
Come on.
I actually thought it'd be a white dude. To be honest with you, for keeping it a buck.
I like this buck. I like
We got to keep it a buck. Okay. All right, Mark, you ready to red pill
chill,
him?
yo. Chill. How
What,
you
what?
using my shit?
What?
Maybe that's the one. Buck.
Buck.
You white buck motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo.
I
Get
like
out of
that,
here,
I like
yo.
that.
Yeah, call him Buck.
Yo, shut the fuck up, yo.
I didn't say bucker.
You don't hear me say cracker?
I didn't hit it with a hard R, dog. All right. Are we ready to red pill him?
Yeah, we got it.
All right, let's go, Cracker.
Nah, there's just this weird thread that's going around with all these protests. So basically, what people are saying is that the websites.
Real quick. Let me just preface.
I swear to you, I stopped listening as soon as he started talking. I swear to God.
I had to step in.
I swear to God. If you had a close up on my eye, I was looking here.
I had to step in.
Thinking about.
I was like, he channeled Eden right now.
Bro, it's his mic, dude.
It's Ed's mic.
Bro, it smells like taquitos. I'm just saying.
Gave me that
All right.
Corona, yo.
So here's the thing, right? All these protests popped off at the same time, right? Around the same time, right? You had one happen in Minnesota, one happened in Virginia, one happened in Pennsylvania,
Michigan.
one happened in Michigan,
Yeah.
and I think Florida, whatever, like that, right? So it just so happened that all these protests, and the protests are against the shelter in place. They pop off in these different states. Now, information, some guy researches on Reddit, he finds out that the websites for all these protests, right? Mark?
Yep.
So the websites for all these protests, what happened?
They were all registered at like within 5 minutes of each other to like one person in Florida.
So if you go by how the websites were registered, one might believe that these were not unique acts by individual people in these states, but rather a single actor or a single group that is manipulating people into thinking that they should protest. Is that right?
Absolutely believe this.
100%. No, we're going to go further. Now,
That's where you're going to lose me.
what are they saying?
I said I believe you, and then you were like, you
No.
literally said it like, just I'm about to lose you. No, we're going to go further.
So here's the thing that's interesting. Who is the group that's doing it, right? The only reason we didn't do like a longer piece about this is because we don't know who the group is doing it. Right now, it looks as if, Mark.
So there's like all like these other like different causal connective points. So like all the Facebook groups have the same descriptions. Like they were all started at the same time, all that shit. But there was one like loose connection to like Betsy DeVos.
What did you say? Causal connections? That shit sounded beautiful, yo.
That
shit was poetic. What'd you fucking say, yo?
Motherfucker talking like Kim Jong Un over here. No talk, man.
Son.
Lead us, bro.
Hey, dictate me.
Bro, I'll give you my dictate.
That's how you got them eyes. Some grandma.
Some dictator.
So
But yeah, basically just like
So all the Facebook groups that represent these things that should be independent all have the same descriptions. All the groups pop up at the same time, right? And there's this loose connection back to DeVos, right? It could be loose. Who knows if it's DeVos?
the DeVos thing is really loose.
All right, so let's throw out the DeVos. We just know all these things pop up at the exact same time. They're registered to the same group or person.
Right, and they're all tapping into like local gun communities also.
Right. So they're going after the right-wing side. There's like, you should protect your rights to leave the house if you want, protect your freedom.
Yeah.
So all these protests pop up around the country, and then Trump retweets the people protesting, right?
Right, so he sees all the protests and he's like, yo, liberate Michigan, liberate all these places.
Now, the easy connection is Trump has his people go tell these people to go leave their house because he wants to get the economy going, right? He's like, we need to get the economy going again. I can't force it open. The governors need to do it, right? So what we'll do is have the people start to protest, and then maybe the governors will acquiesce, like we saw what happened in Florida and we saw it happen in Virginia, right? And he'll go after his base in these places that will really do it. That's the easiest way. Now you had a point. And then
And beyond that, I believe he's done it once before. Trump, we've already know this. He paid people to come to his first rallies. Paid actors.
Interesting.
And then he says outlandish shit, and then he gets more media coverage, and then everybody's retweeting it because how can you say these things? How can you say these things? But he's reaching certain people who are kind of maybe would fuck with Trump, and now they have access to him where they never did before, and they're like, oh, actually, now that I'm seeing these messages bombarded over and over again on CNN, I kind of agree with this guy.
Honestly, this
I'm gonna vote
sounds
for this guy.
like my career. I pay my friends to come to my shows. Eventually, the messaging is good. Say some outlandish shit. People really like it. All of a sudden, these shows are packed.
He was just doing a bringer inauguration.
That's it,
all
bro.
was, dude.
Yo.
But so here's the thing. Maybe it's Trump and it makes the most sense. Or maybe it's another group that wants America to be shut down for longer because they want people out there protesting, eventually getting the coronavirus, getting into the hospitals, more people die. American economy gets shut down for a longer period of time, and manipulating Trump into retweeting. The only reason I'm like, I can't get behind this and spread the news acting as if I know what's going on is because I don't want to be a fucking shill for China or some other country that's trying to take America down right now. Mm-hmm. Now, I think a CNN or one of these folks will just jump at the opportunity because they get to knock Trump and his supporters. The last thing I'm going to do is what China wants, right? Like, fuck China and this whole shit.
Right.
And again, not fuck Chinese people. I know people get that shit confused. Fuck the country of China. You know what argument I don't get? And this is the real thing. I don't get this argument. They're like, we have to be careful about the way that we treat, we talk about China. We can't call it Chinese virus or whatever like that because there are Chinese Americans that are getting beat up because of this. I don't understand that argument because if you're racist enough to think that like Chinese Americans are responsible for the coronavirus, you're probably also racist enough to think that they have it and then you wouldn't go beating them up, right?
I don't think that's smart.
Say again?
I don't think that's smart.
Well, if they're afraid of the coronavirus, the last people they're going to get in close proximity to are the people they think started it.
Yeah, but I just don't think that's smart to be like, oh shit, if I get close to this person, I'm going to get it. It's
So
like,
what are they angry about?
If we beat them up, then they won't keep spreading it to everybody else.
Son, be honest.
Son, I think
Are you playing defense on Magic when HIV was happening?
Nah.
That's the same shit.
I ain't playing defense on Magic now.
That's the same thing though, right?
I don't know. I kind of agree with Al there, but I also it is from China. We did that with Ebola. It's from the fucking, whatever, the Ebola River. Like, this is what we do.
But I'm not talking about like where it's from. I'm talking about like what would happen to Asian Americans afterwards. That's their concern.
I agree with Al that those people probably aren't smart enough to be like, oh, I could get the virus this way. Because they're all, whatever. They're idiots. But I also I haven't seen the stories of Asian Americans actually getting beaten up yet. Now, I'm not into the news like that, but I haven't seen a story or heard a story about, this Asian American owns this fucking store in this place, and they drag him out of the store and beat him. I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's actually happening.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Was there anything else to it, Mark?
No, that's basically it. That was all like the connections he drew. But it could be like Russia that's trying to like fuck with shit and make people like cause inner turmoil in the nation. It could be China that's trying to fuck with shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Trump is thinking I can reopen the economy this way. I know he would love to, but I think he could also just be thinking, and the same thing with signing immigration, stopping immigration. The people who voted for me, I need to let them know or make them think I'm about what they're about. I'm about America. I'm about jobs, keeping jobs in America, etc. All that shit that speaks to them. I'm going to, open up Michigan. We're hurting the American economy. And that's what he always ran on. We're going to help the American economy.
So even if they don't open up, it's like, I tried.
I stood up for what I stood up for.
I stopped immigration during this shit because I care about y'all.
These guys wouldn't let you. I tried.
Now, here's the thing. Stopping immigration during a time where no one's allowed into your country, it's kind of stupid, right? Like,
yeah, and
it's redundant, right?
He didn't stop tourism, so he's not worried about the virus getting. If you're like, I don't want this virus getting in, nobody coming in this country.
I think no one's coming in. I don't think anybody can come in, right?
Yeah, but that was before this executive
That's
order.
what I'm saying. So if nobody can come in, and then he's like, I'm stopping immigration as well. It's like, well, how are you going to immigrate if you can't come in?
Yeah, that's valid.
It's like when you say to your girl, I don't want to do anal. Do you know? It's like, I'm taking the power back. It's like she already made that rule, but you're like jumping on top of the rule, acting like you have some kind of control in the situation.
Right.
So that's like Congress imposing their will on Trump, and then Trump trying to reverse impose the will.
Right.
Congress goes, no one comes in. He goes, I'll one up and no immigration.
Yeah.
Make it seem like, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm trying to get done. I'm the guy. His base eats that shit up. His base is going to eat up, open up we need the economy to go, open it up. Chinese virus, his base can eat that up.
Yeah.
Even though I think that's not as big of a deal. That's
Are Asians really getting beat up? Like,
Say again?
Are you seeing that?
Who's
places?
outside?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's outside to
I
get
haven't
beat
found
up.
that story. So I'm not saying it's all bullshit.
It's like I hear it. It's
This
like I
shit
hear it
is-
in the ecosystem, but I haven't seen a single
Son, this
story
shit
about
always happens. Like it's like anytime someone gets beat up around a tragedy, it all of a sudden becomes a hate crime or like a race crime.
They
But
might
like
have just like rear-ended him.
exactly,
And they got out to fight him, and they're like, "You're a bad driver."
Mark, that was racist. Mark, that was racist.
Wild too, 'cause you did that shit right.
Coincidental.
Yeah, off camera. Why did you make your eyes like that?
You can be so racist behind.
Yo, but for real, that is an interesting point. It's like, so let's say an Asian guy does something that it is completely, let's say an Asian guy does something, a complete asshole, has nothing to do with coronavirus. You can't even get in a fight with him because everybody's going to go, oh, you're just beating him up because it's coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's an unfair advantage.
Also, pretty much anytime you beat up an Asian and probably an Indian, that shit is probably bullying. Like, you could...
Asians will fuck you up,
That's a
dog.
little guy.
Come on, son.
Asians are nice, bro.
Word?
The 1-inch punch?
Wow, dude.
Why do they call it the 1-inch punch, bro?
You know.
Is that a sex move?
You know exactly why.
That's a sex move, bro. It's in the Asian Kama Sutra.
No, for real, dude.
Can't
We need
fuck
to
with
get to the bottom of this. All right, what else? What else is going on?
Fucking Linsanity.
Oh, bruh. We got some sports shit. What else we got? We got the Babyface Teddy Riley battle that I tried to watch, but...
I can't get into all this. I can't get into
You know what's
all this.
crazy? It's just people playing their songs back and forth.
Son, why is this so exciting?
It's just two legendary producers and artists.
Press and play.
Pretty much. But it's like they're sort of battling even though there's no winner, no loser. But it's just like...
Everybody's saying Babyface won this battle.
Yeah, because he didn't have any technical issues. I think he has a better catalog. And yeah.
But what the fuck is so exciting about it?
because
don't
it's
get
just
it.
two legendary people. Like
Also, there is nothing to do right now. So that's exciting.
It's like the same as the debates. It's like Trump going against whoever Biden.
That's a
They're
valid
all going to
point.
say the same shit, but they're just the two top dogs right now in
I
politics.
see. So you're
you just-
watching it for the interactions in
Yeah.
between.
So
So
they
it's
have,
not as
like-
much about the songs being played as much as
Yeah,
it is
but we
them
also,
talking to
it's
each other.
also reminiscing of these songs. Like we all grew up on this shit.
I see. And then
So
also
it's
you
like-
get to see other famous people commenting and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm at the same event as Fat Joe. Oh, so
Yeah.
I'm at the same event as Diddy. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I can.
Yeah,
I can get
there
on
were
board
like
with
a couple jabs
This-
thrown. Like there was Teddy Riley was playing a song he remixed.
Yeah,
and
I don't do
Babyface-
remixes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a shot.
yeah,
you know. So it was some little.
This is
shit
how
like
big
that.
it was. The internet. I tried to watch it. It wouldn't. There was
wouldn't
like
let me in.
500,000 people that you couldn't watch it on.
Yeah.
So Kev on Stage was live, and I was like, "There's no way Kev is watching anything but this." So I watched it on Kev on Stage's IG Live. He had 10,000 people watching.
Son,
That's how big.
Duval was having people do that too. I think Michael Blackson watched it on Duval's. I
Yeah.
couldn't get in. I
Yeah,
tried to
'cause
get in.
it got up to 500,000 at one point. I had to watch it on an iPad. It wouldn't work on any phone. Yeah.
Why? Why was
I
iPad?
don't- for some reason, when I tried to open it on my phone, it would just freeze and iPad it worked.
Can you name the biggest Babyface song?
He got a lot
Probably
of
End
hits,
of the
yeah.
Road. Well, it depends.
I'll
It's-
Make Love
it's-
to You.
Yeah, it's
I'll make love to you like you want me to. If you are a
God
guy.
damn, come on.
What? I killed that.
Tell me which street to. What are the words?
Wait a minute.
I think they just put a block for non-blacks.
It's not for us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude.
But that was the most striking thing. Like the white world
Was it striking?
Yeah, the white,
Did it strike you, Al? Hey, Al, did it strike you?
son, it struck me. It struck me. It struck me. It did, son. I just got off.
You know, it's funny though. Is Al's Black Topics. He said throw in the tile. Tyrese can't spell. So apparently Tyrese at one point in the first battle said throw in the tile.
Like towel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody made fun of him because he can't spell.
Yeah.
What's funny is Al misspelled Tyrese's name on the note. He spelled that shit Tyrese. Tyrese can't spell.
I mean,
All right, but go. What were you saying? That it was striking?
nah, just that white people didn't care about this battle at all. Like
White
this-
people don't know who Teddy Riley is. The only Teddy we know is Bear.
And Graham.
That's true. Teddy Bear and Teddy Graham.
That's what, that was it. I just found that fascinating. Like 500,000 people, and this was all black.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Son, that's the
It
500,000
is
man march.
interesting. Yeah, it is
Is
interesting.
that crazy? The 500,000 man march was the Teddy
Yo,
Riley Babyface
Maybe
battle.
we need to get Teddy Riley and Babyface to like organize black people into doing some crazy shit.
Why crazy shit?
Yo, if y'all
Why
want to
can't it
start a
just be good
revolution,
shit?
Start the revolution, dog. Real
Yeah.
talk.
that's it right there.
Right there, Instagram Live.
I'm good.
Why not? This is dope. This is how you make change.
Nah, because all y'all motherfuckers got too many guns already.
Who?
Y'all motherfuckers.
White?
Yup.
Crackers?
all
Us crackers got some guns?
All you white niggas out there, man.
Yo, I love it.
Y'all got guns,
It warms
man.
my soul when you do that, dude. It fucking warms my soul. It feels like a hot toddy hitting my chest. Ladies, is cum hot?
Strap.
I never thought about that. Like when you swallow a load, is cum hot?
It's warm.
It's got to be at least
Gotta be.
97.8 degrees.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Should we, consider that? Like when you bust in a girl's mouth, I never was like, oh my God, is that hot? Like,
This is ice water, nasty.
You never come to a girl's mouth. She goes,
right? Like, I always thought it was because it was gross tasting, but maybe it's all temperature.
No, that's why they blow on it before they do it.
That's why it's called a blow job.
Yeah.
But real talk, are they taking a sip of water to cool it down? No, seriously, Akaash, what is it like? Well, no, seriously, what is it like just swallowing loads of dick?
It's a little warmer than you'd think. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a little temperate. You know?
That's why you gotta swallow fast or spit it out before it burns your tongue.
Really?
I
It will
choose to
burn your
swallow.
fucking... You just swallow it right down?
Oh!
That's the sound you make?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to your cousin.
That's Alex's cousin. You know?
What? Wait, did you click?
Yeah.
Did you make him a click? Oh,
Don't say that
dude.
word.
Do you think that's why, like, Puerto Rican, like, Afro-Latinas make that, like... Like, do you think that's why they suck their teeth so much? They're just trying to recreate the click? Like, that's the Afro part?
Shit.
That's the militant part. That's the Latin X part. Only if you Latin X, you do that.
Bro, that's how good black rhythm is. You think about that? That black people just talked in beatboxing for years. Like, how crazy is
Holy
that?
shit! Holy shit! That's so funny.
They'd be like, what the fuck you just said, bro?
Oh my god!
Son, they're watching the beatbox battles. They're like, yo, that's foul what he just said. That's crazy. Like, they actually translate.
Bro, a beatbox battle's a roast battle,
Dude,
bro. That's a rap battle.
Bro, that is a funny sketch. They do a beatbox battle, but they have the translations on the bottom in Swahili or whatever the click languages are. Yo, Africans that understand click languages, please make that sketch and give us credit. Oh my God. All right, what else we got going on? I know we got some sports shit
That
going on.
Draymond KD shit. The draft is Thursday.
You want to talk about the Draymond KD shit? Let's talk about it. Akaash, bring the story up. What exactly happened?
So, first of all, KD was already in the news a week ago with
Right.
that media shit. Do you want to talk about that at all? He basically
who
said
cares?
the media kissed Steph Curry's ass, and that made everybody hate him.
Okay.
And they were against him, whatever. But then Draymond was on some interview, and they played a 2-minute clip of him talking about the KD situation. He was basically like, he never talked to us about it. And
Right.
that made it impossible for us to deal with. Like, Steve was like, Coach Kerr was like, let's just try to have fun this year, but you can't because all anybody talks about is free agency. And
Honestly,
then
it kind of makes sense. Like, I mean, like it was probably a big distraction, and you know, if he's saying that that's why they lost, he does have a point. You know, I mean, they did lose to a team, the Toronto Raptors, who, you know,
they had
didn't-
no free agency issues.
I mean, none at all, right? They didn't have their best player on the team, you know,
Best
not
player
under
in the
contract for the next year. And, you know, I mean, they totally didn't have any distraction with what he was going to do.
Best player in the league actually leave.
Actually, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, how could you possibly win? Honestly, how could you win a championship when your best player is not under contract and not talking about where he's going?
I don't know.
I don't know how it's possible.
It's a valid point.
Real
and especially
talk.
if you're so, like, you're like an all-time great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, Charles Barkley can't even sit at your table.
That's right, because of the rings.
You're so good.
You're so good, but you cannot do it.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
he's
too
out
distracting.
in the finals, but you're so good, and
Yeah.
you still got Steph.
Honestly, the Raptors are so lucky that they didn't have to deal with a situation like
know.
that. Because that situation would be crippling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
Totally, man. No, Draymond's a genius, bro. Like, and next level self-awareness for real, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is completely self-aware. Like, he really understands not only his team, but like the other teams he's playing and like what they're dealing with.
Yeah, man. He's
You know?
that guy's always been self-aware. That's one thing you can say about Draymond.
100%.
He knows who he is.
He really does.
He understands how great he is. He understands the problems they're going through and what the cause and effect is.
Yeah.
He gets it all.
And he understands the real reason why his team lost.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, 100%. It was definitely the elephant in the room. I think that's what it was. The elephant in the room. It was definitely KD not telling people. That was probably it.
Yeah, man.
Not him being injured and them not having the best player on their team.
Yeah.
You know. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
You know, apples and oranges, tomatoes, tomatoes, whatever.
Should we explain that we're being incredibly sarcastic right now, or just
Sure.
let it be?
Sure. Let's go ahead and say your real thing now.
Basically, we're trying to say that Draymond Green is a fucking retard. That he didn't realize that the team that beat him had the exact same situation going on, and they somehow managed to maintain their focus. They somehow managed to maintain their ability to be a cohesive team unit and managed to topple the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Golden State Warriors were dealing with injuries. That's ultimately
That's what probably did him in.
did them in, but stop acting like this fucking, what did he call it? Like a black cloud over the season or whatever it was. It's like, it's so funny to me how quickly players turn into owners when it benefits them. Right? Because If it's not your team, you're going to see guys like Draymond like, yo, as players, we got to go out there and get our money and do what benefits us and not sacrifice for the owner, not take less for the owner. These are billionaire owners. They got to do, they do what's best for them. We got to do what's best for us. We got to get our money. And then when another player that's on your team wants to do what's best for him, wants to be in the best possible situation with the most leverage come free agency, when he wants to do that, what is all of a sudden, you talking just like that daddy of yours, right? You talking just like the man that pays you. Well, what he should have done is just told us. What did he have to tell you? You didn't know what he was doing? What did he have to tell you?
And how do we know he knew for sure?
He looked at all the situations. You didn't have the best situation, maybe because he had to deal with a pain in the ass on his fucking team all the time that wasn't very good, but mouthed off like he was. Maybe he wanted to get away from that.
Maybe you also told him, we don't need you. So what do I need to talk to you about? You told me you don't need me.
It's
You know
shocking.
what really bothered me about this, though, is you could also just ask. He never said, we tried to ask him, yo, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's what actually bothered me more than anything. And I thought there was little things he did. I don't like when people try to twist the narrative and make themselves the good guy and the other person the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he said one part toward the end of the thing where he was like, and it's some validity to it. Clay and I also had contract situations. Anytime they asked us what we wanted to do, we would tell them we want to be a warrior for life. KD, this is the part that's kind of true. He said KD would he wouldn't address it. He wouldn't talk to the media at all. He would say, fuck you to the media.
Yeah.
Then he goes, I actually try to have a conversation with the media, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yo, what is that? Like, that's some shit where you're like, I'm a great guy. KD, what a piece of shit.
Do you want a high
I
five?
actually have conversations with the media. KD, and it's like, don't.
Because you need more attention.
Yeah, and
That's
also.
why. You don't do it for them. You do it for you.
I just don't. This is what got KD to you in the first place. He didn't talk to anybody.
Yo, dude, it is. Of course, you want to start your career and end your career in Golden State because that's where you started your career. You built that thing. KD didn't. He doesn't have the same dependence, and he knows he'll never be given the same credit
And
if
no
he
team-
only wins a ring on Golden State.
And no team needs you as much as Golden State. Any other team could use you, but Golden State needs Draymond. Golden State's not Golden State without Draymond. He gets a lot of credit for that first ring and the second, or the first ring.
Right.
Like that lineup of death, him getting put in the starting lineup changed everything.
Yeah.
Lineup of death. Draymond is the linchpin of that team.
Yeah.
I used to think before they got KD, he was the most important member of their team. Well, Steph probably still was, but I thought you could win without any of the pieces. But Draymond, if he's gone, defensively they're done. He holds everything together. He got a lot of credit.
I think you're giving him a lot.
He got a lot of credit. Now, I think we've seen him a bit exposed, but at the time, he got a lot of credit. So, yeah, of course I want to stay there. I get a ton of credit here. I'm needed here more than I'd be. You wouldn't have this fucking. If he went to Brooklyn, okay.
Yeah, he'll be exposed anywhere else he goes.
Yeah.
This is where your skill set works, and this is where your skill set is most
It
valuable.
fits perfectly with his team.
Yeah. You get to be an all-star here. Anywhere else, you are going to be a run-of-the-mill regular player. You're averaging 10 points a game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, tops anywhere else, which is good.
Just fine, yeah.
It's good. That's probably what he averaged as last season, something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he was doing very well
Yeah,
this
he
last
was,
week without your targets because he's not a great offensive player.
He's not.
But he has some intangibles that work incredibly well within that system. So you should stay in that system. That's great.
Now, one thing I'll say is this made me I already didn't like KD a little bit for going to Golden State, but it made me notice one thing about KD. Normally if a guy's a media villain, which KD always says he is, and he kind of is,
Yeah.
there are a lot of his teammates will be like, yo, y'all don't know KD. Shut the fuck up. You don't know this guy like I know this guy. Every media villain I can think of, at least, his teammates will be like, y'all don't know this guy. Y'all don't know what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
You don't hear a lot of that for KD ever.
Yeah.
Granted he left, but Kendrick Perkins don't like him. Russell Westbrook never says anything good about him. Draymond Green's not saying anything good about him. Steph been very quiet on the whole thing.
Yeah, no, he's defended KD a bit. But
A bit.
Steph's the greatest
Steph is the
guy
guy
ever.
who
Yeah.
defends. He's
Yeah.
not going to attack anybody.
Yeah.
For Steph, it's not, y'all don't know this guy. Y'all don't know whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
KD made the decision that was right for him. PC answer.
Yeah.
Who are the teammates that we know of that fucking love KD? The guys I know that love KD have never played with KD. Kyrie?
Yeah.
What's the fucking center? DeAndre Jordan?
Yeah.
These are his guys. It's all guys that
He's probably, he's probably not a very likable guy.
he just seems a little angry all the time.
That's fair. Jordan was angry.
Yeah, but this also is another thing I was going to say. The Jordan documentary is really telling the younger generation why our generation hates these decisions so much. KD going to Golden State, LeBron going to Miami with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Once you watch Jordan and you see who we worshipped, that fucking maniacal competitor, there is, and I'm reminded, we used to say this and we kind of forgot, there's no fucking chance in hell Jordan is teaming up with the second best player in the league or the third best player in the league or top 5, whatever. This is my fucking team and I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah.
If you're going to come to me, you're going to come to me broken because I destroyed you.
Yeah. That's why you got to respect KD.
Because he didn't do that at all?
No, that he left Golden State because he knows that he would never get the Jordan credit if he only got rings there.
I respect
that.
I respect that he left. Going there was still just such a like, come on, yo. Now it's unfair.
Low key, I get it, bro. It's like the same reason why I understand why 100-meter sprinters take steroids. Because it's like, what if you worked your entire career for something and then this guy named Usain Bolt just happened to be born at the same time as you, and you are not faster than him, and you will not get to the promised land. But you were fucking a 1/10 of a second away, and maybe if you did PEDs or steroids or whatever it is, you could get that 1/10 of a second, and you could potentially get that gold medal you've worked your entire fucking life for. I get why they do it.
No, but it's more like, now you're just going to go run on the Jamaican team. Because Usain, now it's more like, if you do that, this is more like saying, you know what, I'm just going to run on the Jamaican team. I can't beat Usain Bolt. Whatever. He'll get all, because Steph still gets the credit as the linchpin. That's what bothers KD so much. When he went to Golden State, it was Steph's team. 2-time MVP, you're a 1-time MVP. Got a championship, you don't have one.
No,
been to 2 finals, you've been to 1.
Yeah, but you can't compare the team aspect to the singular aspect.
But the point is, the credit is still going to go to Steph more than you. It's still,
Sure. I understand where the credit's going. I'm saying I understand dedicating my entire life to something and then seeing the opportunity to win the thing that I've wanted to win my entire life.
Yeah.
And then doing it. It's very easy for us to sit here and go, I wouldn't have done that shit. Well, that's not what we worked for our entire life.
See, but it's to Akaash's example, it's almost like if you were doing the 100-meter against Usain Bolt, and then since you couldn't beat him, you go and join the fucking relay team with Usain Bolt.
Yes.
So it's like,
I just need to get a medal.
Together.
I just want the medal.
I couldn't beat you, so now I'm gonna win with you.
I worked my whole life for a medal.
It would be the same way if it would be the same way if you did this. You were on the American relay team. The American relay team wasn't fast enough in total to beat the Jamaican relay team. You were it's relay versus relay. You were faster than everybody on the Jamaican relay team personally, but the other guys on your team weren't good enough to beat the Jamaican relay team. So you go, fuck it, I got some Jamaican roots. I worked my entire life for this shit. I'm going to go get me a gold medal with that Jamaican relay team because I'm better than all those motherfuckers anyway. I deserve this shit. I get that.
Yeah.
And then after you get one, you go, you know what? I'm done. I got my ring. The thing I worked my entire life for, I did that. Now I got to achieve the other goal of taking another team there. I understand that.
I get it. I do understand it as well.
This is splitting hairs. I would have, if he stayed one more year. He had the opt-in, run that shit back, because we always forget, yeah, Russell Wilson's a problem. Russell Westbrook's a problem. I get that. But KD had a bad game 5 and 6. If you look at his stat line, he shot a horrible percentage in 2 of the 3 closeout games.
Still MVP of the series.
No, I don't think he was MVP of the series.
KD was MVP.
They don't name an MVP of the conference finals.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the finals.
Oh, no, I'm saying when he lost up 3-1. Game 5 and 6, he had bad games. They were up 3-1. You can close it out. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're doing the relay thing, this is your last leg. You got a lead. You can close this shit out. He had a bad game 5 and a bad game 6. Right. I think he put up points, but on a lot of shots.
Right.
Run that shit back one more year. We had them. I fucked up game 5 and 6. We can blame Russell Westbrook. Cool. I also fucked up. Let's run this back one more time. I know we got those motherfuckers. And then at that point, if you couldn't do it, I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. But when you had them that close, you had them. I didn't think it was done forever.
Right. But on some level, you would understand why someone would do it. Your argument is, I would have given it one more year. And his argument was like, I've given it enough years. This is as good as we're going to be. I don't think we're going to do it anymore. And didn't they lose Harden after that?
No, it was before they lost. They had already lost Harden.
They already lost Harden. Yeah. So it's like, I guess what you're saying is I just understand why someone would do it. You just want to cross the fucking promised land.
Yeah. To your point, actually losing Harden makes me understand it a little more, because it's like, look, the front office fucked up. We had the Golden State squad. Right. We had the squad. Yeah. You traded an MVP. You traded my fucking homie. So I'm not loyal to you at all. Fuck you. Yeah. I can see that a little bit factoring into it. And like, I don't trust you to make the right decision. So I don't know if we're going to get the pieces we need.
Yeah.
But I think they could have, man. I think they could have done it the next year.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, guys, we're going to stop for a second, pay some bills. Hard dicks, big dicks. Blue Chew. You already know what it is. BlueChew.com. Go use the fucking code Flagrant. I'm telling you, you are quarantined up. Your girl needs it almost every day, probably. She's thirsty for it. She wants it. She deserves to be satisfied because she's keeping that house immaculate. She's probably cooking. She's probably throwing it down. She's probably doing laundry. She's probably doing all the things that she would never do in the regular world, but we're in quarantine time, baby. And she deserves that dick. So you give her the best dick that you could possibly ever give a human being. And you're going to do that with Blue Chew. Okay? Same active ingredients in Cialis, Viagra, all that other shit. But you're going to come through with that chew. You are going to chew her ass out. And she is going to be incredibly grateful. Ladies, if you are listening right now, you know you deserve it. You tell your man. Okay? You deserve it. You tell your man to get on that chew and chew your ass out. You know the rules. If she dies, she dies. It's not on you. It's not on you. Things happen. Okay? It's not on you. It's not on the chew. Things happen. That's what you say. You go, things happen. BlueChew.com. You know the promo code Flagrant. Okay? It's going to be free with that promo code Flagrant. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's free. Best dick you've ever had in your life, ladies. Free. $5 shipping. Fellas, best dick you ever given your entire life. Free. BlueChew.com. Make sure you use that promo code Flagrant. Be gone. Let's get back to the show. There has been some interesting sports shit that's been happening. I thought was kind of cool was the number one high school player. I thought this was really interesting. So the number one high school prospect, his name is Jalen Green.
Yeah.
And he is going not to college, but to play in the NBA G League.
Yep.
So that is the NBA's development league. And he's going to get paid $500,000 for the season.
Yeah.
I think they can give out like one of those contracts per team or some shit like that. I believe, and I'm not entirely sure, he can get endorsement deals because he's a professional.
Yeah.
He can do all these things. And he can get NBA coaching. He can play against NBA level talent. He can not have to focus on a religious studies major that he's never going to fucking use in the first place. Work on his diet.
The best part,
drills. Yeah.
They teach them life skills, how to adjust to the league, financial planning, like shit that you don't actually learn in college with your quote unquote education.
Yeah.
That won't, like you said, religious studies won't come in fucking handy for you as an NBA player.
Yeah.
Financial literacy, that's invaluable.
Yeah. So they're basically teaching you how to be a professional athlete, not how to be a college student.
It's a trade school for the NBA.
Right. But yeah, trade school for the NBA with life skills.
Yes.
But it's like how to be a professional person.
Yeah.
How to be a professional athlete. We never had a school that teaches you how to be a professional athlete. We had a school that teaches you how to be a basketball player, and they just teach basketball, but they don't go, okay, I should have an accountant. This is how I pay my bills. This is how I media train. This is how I talk to people, et cetera. I think it's great. And I think it's like a really cool, like responsible thing that the NBA is doing.
Fucking cool.
Because if I'm a parent that is concerned about my child's future and I think that they have a shot of going to the NBA, I would put them in that program to make the $500,000. Because let's say it didn't work out
100%.
and you don't go to the league. Now you have $500,000 you can pay for college.
And you have life skills to go with it.
Fuck the life skills. Let's say those life skills really apply to like being a professional athlete, right? It's like, how do I balance my budget, et cetera, whatever. Let's say you don't work out. You get the $500,000. It doesn't really work out. It turns out you don't have the skills. You still have enough money to go back to real school and get an education.
That's amazing.
It's best case scenario. So a lot of people are having this conversation right now, which is it going to force the NCAA to pay players?
This is what's interesting.
Okay.
Because they don't, just because you losing the NBA is a big amount of money, but it's not their major source of income.
Losing the NBA.
Losing college basketball. If they lost college basketball, they would lose a lot of money, but not relative to their big money maker, which is college football.
So I don't think that they'd lose college basketball.
I mean, if no one cares about it as much, I think, I guess you're right. People would still care. And you would still get the players who, there's going to be people who want to play for a school always.
My feeling, and a lot of people are going, within a couple of years, they're going to pay players because now they have to compete and they have the money because they have the TV rights, right? They sell crazy amount of tickets for the games, etc. If I'm the NCAA, I'd dig my heels in and I'd say, we're not paying anybody. I'd let the top tier talent go to the G League, the NBA G League. There's 2 or 3 guys a year that are good.
Yeah.
Go for it. We don't care. The reality of the matter is people watch college sports for 2 reasons. One, they identify with the college and you're brainwashed while you're there for 4 years to really love this institution.
Crazy. It's fucking
amazing.
Nazi level propaganda.
It really is. It's insane propaganda and it's really efficient, right? So you're going to like your school no matter what. But if you remove those, and the other thing, the reason why people love the NBA, the NCAA, is because that tournament is so exciting. March Madness is so exciting because it's so hard to predict.
Upsets.
Why are there upsets? Because the skill level is pretty even. You have one team like Kentucky that doesn't always win, and they still have all the elite players. But the reality of the matter is there's not enough elite college players to fill all those schools.
Yeah.
So you get the Zion out of here. You get these talented guys out of here. It doesn't really matter. The game level will still be high. It will still be exciting, right? But now it's even more difficult to predict. Now you can have even more upsets. You can have more 16 seeds beating 1 seeds in the first round, which makes March Madness even more exciting. And you're still going to have high level basketball. Like it's not like you get rid of Zion and all the other guys on the team don't score. Now you're actually going to have the random 6'4" guard that just goes nuts in college that might not be, good in the NBA or pan out in the NBA, but you're still going to get the Jimmer Fredettes. You're still going to have all these guys that will go excel in Europe, but maybe won't be good in the NBA.
The one source of pressure could be a lot of us who are casual fans. I only want to watch the exciting players. Like if it's a 4 seed and an 8 seed in the NCAA final and they don't have a Zion, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm not watching. So if there's enough of those people and TV ratings dip and then advertising money is like, nah, we're not advertising with you guys. You don't have numbers. Then the NCAA might be like, yo, the amount of money we would give these kids for scholar to actually pay them versus the amount we lose for advertising, we got to do this.
Go.
The one problem is NCAA football, there is no G League for football.
Yeah.
And NCAA football, I think, is driven a lot by, I love this school, school.
Yeah.
So I don't see a G League coming up for the NFL.
Right.
And if there's not that, then we still have college football. We're still exploiting the fuck out of these kids, making tons of money.
They'll make tons of money.
Who cares?
I guess what I'm saying is like, how many NCAA athletes that are elite actually pan out?
Oh, in the NBA? Not a lot, but I watch college for them.
Right, but they're exciting in college. All these people we watch in college, we're like, yo, you cannot miss this guy.
Yeah.
He is electric. He goes to the league and he's a bum.
Yeah.
You're still going to see the guys be electric, is my point. You're going to grab 4 or 5 guys out that are going to be in the G League, right? Maybe a bunch more go to the G League. Who cares? Electricity is still going to happen. When you play a pickup game of basketball at the gym, there's one guy out there who's electric. Everything's relative, and the skill level maybe comes down a notch, but it's still relative. So that guy who was an 8 out of 10 is now going to be competing against 7 out of 10s, and he's going to look like fucking Zion.
Here's a thought I just had, though. You got to fill up an entire G League. So you're taking...
It's already filled.
As time passes, you're going to take the guys who would go to college. Even the guys who are 7 out of 10 will be like, oh, I could go make $100,000 a year at the G League. I won't make $500,000.
But they don't make 100. But there are financial situations here at stake. Like for example, you might have a $500,000 guarantee contract for this guy, right? For one guy on the team. The other guys are making like 40 grand or 60 grand or whatever they're making. If you're a decent prospect coming out of New York, the school is going to probably pay you 200 grand under the table. So it's like now a bunch of guys that wouldn't have gotten the 200 grand to go to Auburn are going to get the 200 grand. And they're like, or should I take 60 from the G League? Fuck that. I'll take 200 grand over here, play ball, enjoy my fucking life.
Be king of the campus. Fuck all the bitches I want.
Boom.
It's a win-win for players because so now the big players who are already going to be big, they get their money in the G League. The second tier players, or maybe like the number 2s on the team, get to be the number 1s now in college.
They get the 200,000
so more.
I think this is the best case scenario.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Get the straight to high school stars out of college. They're a waste of time in their college. And then let the random guy that would never make it in the league, maybe because he didn't have enough exposure and he was stuck on the bench in fucking Kentucky, give him a shot to blow it up in the March Madness tournament, and then maybe he gets a shot on a team.
Yeah.
Like, I think you find a lot of hidden gems. I think this is great. Zion doesn't need to go to college. You know who does need to go to college? Steph. And maybe we get a lot of sharpshooters that come out of it. Who knows?
Yo, you know what? If I'm the guy and I'm not as athletically gifted and I can't lean on my athleticism, what am I going to lean on? Skill. I gotta pass better. I gotta shoot better.
Bro, you might get a lot of
rock.
really good role players coming out of here. Because one problem with the NBA, and we see this time and time again, is you have best player ego without best player skill. It is so hard to find role players that when you do find them, they end up being in the league 20 years. Shane Battier, Nick Collison, Juwan Howard. These guys who have good role player mentalities don't require the ball, don't require to be fed in any certain way. They just want to go out there and work hard. Now you're going to see those guys sprout up through college, and they're going to come in the league, and they're like, I'll do what you guys need. But I'm not here to take any possessions away from anybody. What do you guys need me to do? I think it's best case scenario, as long as NCAA doesn't fold and start paying.
And you know how a coach could probably try to tell like an elite athlete, you're not athletic enough to just get by on this in the NBA. I'm telling you. Now there's definitive proof. If you were athletic enough, the G League would have scooped you up.
Love it.
I need you to work on these skills. All right? You can't just lean on athleticism. That shit is cute here. You want to be a pro? Learn to shoot. Learn to pass. Learn to set a proper screen. Whatever the fucking fundamentals are, learn them.
I love this.
This is great.
I really love this. This is going to be really good.
And yo.
Yes, Mark.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of banning the draft out of high school anyway?
I think there were a lot of flops, right? So it's twofold. One, there were a lot of flops. I think there were a lot of like high school guys that were getting drafted, really not making it, but were highly touted. Two, NCAA is like, yo, we want the talent. Let us get the talent. And then the NBA acquiesced because they're like, all right, we let them go there for a year. They do all the promo for these players. So by the time they come to the league, they're superstars. Zion Williams was a superstar by the time he gets the NBA. So now the NBA doesn't have to spend any marketing dollars building up this brand new guy that nobody knows about. So it was a deal that they both worked on. But now the NBA is like, we got this G League. We can promote a Zion. Matter of fact, it's easy to promote a Zion. It's done already on Instagram. You don't even need to spend that much money.
YouTube changed it.
YouTube, all these different outlets are promoting these players themselves. House of Highlights,
Dude, there's 15-year-olds that got millions of Instagram followers. They got YouTube video, like
Mac McClung or whatever these guys are.
Mixtapes and shit.
Exactly. They're doing it. So initially the NBA was like, it works to our benefit that they promote these players and we don't have to spend tons of money behind a bust. And now the NBA is like, well, now we have our own system.
And maybe I'm bought in and like I believe a lot of hype, but I felt like the quality of the league got better after they did this. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a coincidence, but to me, we were in a slow, low-scoring slugfest league in the early 2000s, and now this shit is blossoming into this like it's fun, it's exciting, passes three, like. So I did think it was a good rule in that sense for the NBA, but now like we got the G League. I can teach you all that shit anyway,
and when does the G League operate? Like the season? I would imagine it's outside of the NBA season, right?
Probably.
I don't know because they call up guys? Don't they call up guys from the G League?
Oh, please do it during the WNBA season. Please fucking come on.
I think they would if they didn't own the WNBA. Yeah. I think they should do the G League during the offseason because we're starving for some kind of basketball.
Have a double header.
They do that summer league though.
Say again?
Then they do the summer league.
Summer leagues are interesting because summer leagues only last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're not even leagues, they're summer tournaments.
We got to go
one in
to
Orlando, one in Vegas. Yeah, we'll go to one.
Because that would just be brilliant. If you could just have basketball all year round.
All year round. 100%.
For people who are just like, yo, I don't like any of this sport but basketball. Now the NBA.
And there's that downtime where it's just baseball where you're like, give me something. And what if I got to watch during that downtime? I got to watch the next crop of fucking superstars. And you know why it couldn't happen before? Because the kids weren't at school. Right? Like the NCAA, I'm sure, would love to put their tournaments. They'd love to put their regular season games, et cetera, during the summer. But the kids aren't at school in the summer. Nothing's happening in the summer. We're like dying for an air-conditioned sport. So G League could do it. We'll see if they step in. I think part of the reason why they're doing G League is because they looked at it like a developmental league. They looked at it as a developmental league. I think they're going to switch it to an academy.
What do you mean?
So I think an academy is how soccer works, right? Where they have like these academies that like players grow through. So you might get picked up by an academy when you're fucking 8 years old, right? Like Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
So I think that this is the beginning of a basketball academy. So this is my assumption. So you might have the Knicks. They have a G League team, but maybe they have, you know how we have AAU? AAU teams are like these organized academies in high school.
Nobody in the league seems to like what AAU is doing.
So maybe the G League goes, okay, well now here's our AAU version.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll have, you know, these teams, a New York team that is just the best, most elite players in all of New York, and they compete with the best, most elite players in
And again,
Jersey
I think the league would benefit from that.
100%. Because you're training these guys with top talent from a young age.
That's probably the main difference between
This is
the
how Russia
international
did it.
countries and even like Spanish basketball, Argentinian basketball, all these countries that are like, how are you so fucking good at basketball? You just started playing.
Yeah.
They probably have something like an academy where like we just teach you how to play from very young.
Apparently, they have the same system. So, like, Real Madrid has a basketball team that operates within the same facility as like the soccer team. So, I'm assuming that they just adopted the same program.
100%. And they play those kids at a much younger age.
Yeah,
at a
Luka
professional
was
level.
pro at like 15,
15, 16 years. If you're good enough, you will play. What?
No, I think Messi got his first contract when he was like 12.
Yeah.
He got his professional contract at like 12 years old.
And that professional contract is probably bought out from some local team in Argentina.
Yeah.
And that local team in Argentina, the local little kid club gets a piece of his contracts in perpetuity. It's a crazy system, soccer. Like it's really cool. But so that's what they're hedging on. And I think the same thing works with like in the DR. Like, you know how they have like those leagues for like kids?
Yeah.
I think that when you get your first contract in baseball, you got to pay out a pretty significant sum to the people in DR.
Let me ask you this. If we started doing something like that, just for fun, who would be a 15, 16-year-old that could play in the pros? Zion? Maybe? Because I assume he had the
Might
body.
have the physicality.
It's just a physical issue. Like, not a lot of these kids. LeBron,
Yeah,
most of these kids would get ate the fuck up.
they would get eaten the fuck up, dude. You're right.
Works in Europe with these fucking emaciated socialists. But I don't think you can do that shit with capitalist-ass black Americans.
But again, they're not playing against each other. They're playing other youth academies.
Yeah, but sometimes the guys are so good that they play in the professional even though they're still youth.
If they
Yeah,
get
like
pulled
Luka
up.
started playing for Real Madrid, which is a good team at 15, 16.
Yeah.
Right.
But here, I mean, they had a fucking, you're
You
so
get eaten
small.
up.
Yeah.
You just get eaten.
I'll put you on the block and I'll fucking break your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right. When you get a zone defense, you can kind of, when you allow a zone defense like they do in Europe, like you can kind of make up for weaker guys.
And I think we allow zone too, but only for like a set period of time.
So they don't allow anybody to be in the center, in the paint. There's defensive 3 seconds as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what switches shit up. Oh yeah, man. We got some motherfucking
There was one thing from the Jordan doc that I forgot to mention. So before or right at the start of each episode, he dropped a sneaker.
What you mean?
Like Jordan dropped a sneaker at the start of each episode.
He dropped the Fire Red 5s
Yeah.
during the first episode. What was the second episode?
The black and gold 7s, I believe.
Cool. I missed out on the 5s. 7s, I'm cool on. But 5s,
But even that marketing is so fucking genius.
I don't know if it's who's him
so
and
good,
who,
man.
just
What
whoever.
is-
I don't know who's
Not
thinking
because
of
I
this.
got the alert on my phone.
I didn't.
Like for a
I'd have
sneaker
copped
drop
right away.
right? And imagine you're like, oh, I'm so hype on Jordan right now. Like, so many people probably just impulse bought those sneakers.
Jordans are back, yo.
They're good, man. They're good.
Yo, it is gonna get a surge, man. Jordan Brand is gonna get a huge surge.
I'm hyped to buy Jordans again. I was done buying sneakers. I'm 36.
Son.
I was done.
I was off Jordans too. I was like, too many people got them. There's too many colorways, blah, blah, blah. But you really see the reason why we purchase things. It's identity, man.
Yeah.
We are, and somebody said this is how, I don't want to take credit for this, but this is how Jordan changed the sneaker game, because it was the first time that sneakers were truly marketed aspirationally. Be like Mike. It's got to be the shoes. It's rain. Yeah. I know. Be like Mike. It's got to be the shoes. You can be like this person because he was someone you admired so much. And that's why we've been talking about this podcast a lot. When we talk about selecting a sneaker for a type of player, you have to choose a style of play that's aspirational. That's why I would never give most big men, traditional big men, a sneaker, because nobody wants to be a plodding, back you in, bully you, and then have a fucking some sort of like contested layup. Nobody wants that. We want Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson has some of the most ugly sneakers ever made, but he was so incredible. You aspire to be him so much that you'll put whatever's on his feet on yours.
Like if Zion goes full Shaq mode, full young Shaq mode,
Yeah.
that's a sneaker you might want because he's bouncy.
Here's the thing.
It's like, yo, you could be big and bouncy.
Here's the thing, and this is the only reason why I give you a little pushback. I think his physique is so rare that we don't relate to it. Whereas Vince Carter, who had a much more relatable physique, I bought them motherfucking bounce sneakers, whatever they were, Zoom
them
sneakers.
zip up shits.
Do you know what country you're living in? The most obese fucking country. Every big person will think, oh, I can bounce like Zion.
See,
if I put those
that's
sneakers
interesting.
on.
I see
Valid.
Zion as like massive muscles. I don't see him as just like a thick.
Yeah,
like,
it's the
fat
same
guy.
way how girls who are fat call themselves thick.
Right.
Guys
I'm
do
just
the
saying-
same thing.
No, I hear
Like,
what
oh,
you're
I'm just
saying.
big.
I know,
Big boned.
Yeah, he is big bone. I hear what you're saying, but that's why like Tim Duncan. I would never
And
give
I
him a
also think-
sneaker deal.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying a sneaker to play like Tim Duncan. They want to play like Mike, man.
Yeah.
I also think there's an excitement to more high flying shit. Like the last big man who's exciting, kind of Dwight Howard in the dunk contest.
Antetokounmpo, Giannis is the last big man that's exciting.
Yeah. And I guess to your point, you don't really care for his sneakers.
I think that he has the type of game where you could be into it because he kind of plays like a guard and he's dunking and he's like long. But like the average big man, like I don't want a fucking.
I was gonna say Shaq wasn't. He was exciting for like a split second but like Zion is taking off.
Sure.
in the
Anthony
air.
Davis is a great example.
Yeah.
Would you wear an Anthony Davis sneaker?
He's not exciting. It's not like
You have to do
get me
something.
out of my seat.
It's like irregular. Like
Yeah.
Steph's game was. I bought Steph sneakers because his game was so irregular. I think some part of my brain was going, well, maybe the sneakers give you a little bit more balance, and then you can shoot a three and
Yeah.
it better because you're more. My brain couldn't put together why he was so effective and why he was such a great
Subconsciously.
shooter.
You're just
Subconsciously,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, maybe.
And Jordan had that.
It's crazy the power of subconscious. I did not realize I wore Jordans yesterday until I got to the studio.
and everybody was wearing Jordans.
And then it just hit me. I was like, oh, I'm a fucking sheep. That's what got me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's it.
Don't you wear the Kyries because of that? Like you think you can like change direction a little
Son,
bit
I
better?
bought the Kyries. I did my research on the Kyries. 100% chance. His game is so abnormal. He
So now
finishes
you
at the
think-
rim so well, right? And he's so like squirmy. I was like, what happens? I did research on his sneakers. Like we looked at a motorcycle tire and how there's tread up on the side because you're leaning and you want to be able to have traction while you're leaning. And I started convincing myself like on my crossover, I actually lean so I don't want to slide out. But it starts from looking at this guy who has a game who is so confusing, your brain doesn't make sense of it. So you start believing that the sneaker has something to do with it. It's no different than a conspiracy theorist. The
Yeah.
world is so confusing to you. So you're like, okay, maybe it's flat,
Yeah.
or okay, maybe the banks are all this, right? It's the same thing. It's like cognitive dissonance kicks in. I need to figure out what's really going
Yeah.
on.
100%. As an offshoot of that, I was also thinking how sneaker culture is so big in New York. This is the only place it could have popped off.
Where?
Because in New York or a walking city.
Because people see you wearing the shit.
I was thinking about when I was in Texas, when I grew up in Texas, I used to look at like nice cars and be like, oh, I want that. Because where do I spend most of my time? My car. Now I don't give a fuck about cars. But I'm on the street looking at people walking. I see nice sneakers over and over again. I see enough of those. I'm like, I really want those. fucking
Yeah,
things.
man. Cars are sneakers are our cars.
Yeah.
It's totally true. It's a way to like show wealth. It's a way to show status. Just like a car is a
Yeah.
way to show wealth and status. It's something you're extremely harshly judged by.
Yeah.
You got a shitty car, and I imagine a place like Texas or California,
Yeah.
motherfuckers looking at you weird.
Yeah.
And
LA.
LA, 100%.
You can't have a shitty car in LA. I remember you telling me you had a Corolla rental and you were like, man, if I moved out here, I could never have this car.
So
You need a nice
I had
car.
a Toyota Corolla when I went to school in California. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
But people are looking at the car, and I was like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, why would you spend extra money on the car?
That's how I feel about cars
in my
now.
brain, I'm like, why would you spend extra money on the car? Like, you can't wear it all day.
Yeah. I can get 100 pair of sneakers for less than a car.
Yeah.
Where it shifted up every day, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm the freshest motherfucker out here. What are y'all
But you
talking
need
about?
to go to a mall just so motherfuckers see your shit.
Yeah.
If you're in LA or
Yeah,
Texas.
Exactly.
That's great. That makes so much sense. I saw a video of these guys in Florida trying to break into this house.
Yeah.
And then they got shot at.
Yeah.
By the guy who owned the house.
Yeah.
But they were in slides. These motherfuckers didn't even wear sneakers to break into a house. They were doing a breaking and entering in slides. You saw that video?
I saw it, yeah.
And I was like, wow, you really don't care about sneakers
Bro, they
out
don't
here,
give a
man.
fuck, yo.
Are we the only ones?
It's got to be a city that cares about athletics, fashion, black culture's got an impact, and then you walk.
It's growing in Europe. The sneaker culture is blown
But
up.
you
Sneaker
also-
culture always been popping in Europe.
You walk
But
a
it's
lot in Europe.
blowing up
Even when
crazy.
I was a kid, though, when I was like young, I remember going, Europe has the illest colorways. They weren't really the illest, but they were ones we didn't have. So we really valued them, but they were always fly with the sneakers.
See, that's interesting because when at
They're
the
just
height,
catching up on Jordans. They never fuck with Jordans. It was always like a running sneaker or like a soccer sneaker.
They was always on that weird.
because at the height of the Jordan craze, I was in London and I was like, I could get every pair that I can't get in the US right here.
Yeah. Jordans weren't popular to them because they didn't care about basketball.
Yeah,
The aspiration shit wasn't there,
yeah.
right?
But now, are you saying even there it's getting popular? It seems
Yeah,
like?
because
Jordans?
I saw this, that Don't Rush challenge shit.
Yeah.
I saw like European girls did a take on it with sneakers. So
Wow.
they would show like their sneaker collection and they had some joints in there.
Yeah.
And then after they do the little thing where they block the screen and then they come back, then they like have a nice outfit with the sneaker.
Yeah.
None of them know how to dress though.
Right.
But they have fly sneakers.
Yeah.
They could not put
You
an
think
outfit
Jordan-
together for their life.
You also walk there. Europe, everywhere in Europe, you're walking.
yeah.
Do you think Jordan's the first athlete to ever have like the aspirational sneaker aspect? Like before any other athlete
It seems that way.
before him?
Yeah.
Like was there any other basketball player that had like Chuck Taylor, whatever, but like was there any other athlete that
From my lifetime,
I think he
Jordan-
was the first.
Anyone
to
want to be like Chuck?
be like Chuck? Yeah.
like any other athlete
Even
ever
the
in any
first
sport?
commercial of the band Jordan was so fucking brilliant. The NBA banned these sneakers. We can't show them to you. And then it scrolls down. I think they cut off before they get to the sneaker. But you'll watch the game to see which sneakers they're talking about. Look up the band Jordan 1 commercial, the original commercial. It's fucking brilliant.
And Jordan came up with that branding of Be Like Mike.
That was his
Like,
idea?
Yeah. Like, that was the first time you saw it. Like, oh, if you wear this sneaker, you be like the person.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the tagline. It was always
Yeah.
like, Nike's
Oh, yeah.
just do it. His
Dog, it was
be
a
like
Gatorade
Mike.
commercial. It wasn't
Yeah.
even shoes. It was Gatorade. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike, I'm pretty sure it's a Gatorade commercial.
And they
And
made a
then-
whole movie about it.
There's a
And
song.
a song
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah,
It's
Like
gonna
Mike.
be like Mike.
If I
Yeah.
could be like Mike. That shit slapped.
Yeah, I don't think people really understand how huge he was.
He was
How
the Beatles.
massive he was. He
Whatever
was the
old people talk about the Beatles and we're like, whatever. That's kids when we talk about Jordan.
And you know what the great thing about sports is over music? It's really the only meritocracy,
Yeah.
right? Like, yes, music, we can all sit here and go, okay, there are certain rhythms that are nice to hear no matter what type of human being you are, you enjoy them.
Yeah.
But you could still go, I'm not into jazz or I'm not into rock or I'm not into rap.
Yeah.
You can't say the team didn't beat the other team.
Yeah.
You can't say at the end of the day, he didn't score more points than that other
It's
guy.
the most simple. It's conquest.
It is at its most simplest form.
It's war without casualties, without death, without anything weighing on my conscience. I
Right.
just watched the most primal thing you can watch.
So that you know the greatness is qualified.
Yeah.
You can't qualify musical greatness.
Yeah.
We could sit here and go, Jay-Z's the greatest rapper ever. There's somebody out there who does not like the way Jay-Z raps.
You can actually specifically quantify their greatness.
You can't, exactly.
There's actual numbers.
Without a doubt.
This team is greater.
It's like, even with, and I want to put stand-up out there, right? Even with stand-up, you can make a decision to not laugh. You can not laugh if you choose to not laugh. Even if
Yeah.
you think something's funny, you can not laugh.
Yeah.
You can't not see someone win.
Yeah.
They just win or they don't. So his greatness is undeniable. He was he was great at something that is merit-based only. That is greatness in its truest form. It's gladiator shit, low
Yeah.
key.
One thing that
Yo,
stuck
it
out
is.
to me during the doc, how I think multiple times when people were talking about him, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's like the closest thing to God."
Son, Larry
on
Bird
earth." Like,
goes,
how do people just say that so
son,
casually?
Son, Larry Bird.
At the height of Larry Bird
Yeah.
said this.
height of Larry Bird. From Indiana. Christian Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay? I wasn't watching Michael Jordan out there. I was watching God
Disguised.
disguised
Yeah, that's
as him.
crazy. Like, even the most genius people today just compare themselves to other geniuses. Nobody says, "Oh, I'm on God level."
Yeah.
Like, nobody's like, Jordan was the only person people spoke about like that.
Son, it's
That's
so true.
nuts.
It's so true. Imagine just being so unrelatable. Imagine seeing a talent so unrelatable that you have to relate it to God. You know how, like, when we can't explain something,
Yeah.
right? We just relate it to the most advanced piece of technology we have,
Right.
right? So we can't really explain how our brains work, right? So we usually relate it to a computer. Exact computer. And there was a time before a computer where we related it to
A calculator.
And then before a calculator, it's who knows what the fuck it is. A company. I don't know. Whatever. The best shit you got. An engine. For
a runner.
Exactly. It was like an engine for a car. Your brain is like the engine to a car. Like it did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. But you're relating it to things that exist. Mm-hmm. The guy saw a skill that was so amazing. And he goes, there's nothing on the planet I can relate this to. There are no other athletes I can relate this to. There are no other animals. You can't even go, he was like, when you see an eagle soar, that's what it, no. God.
Yeah.
It's God.
And that's still my favorite Jordan highlight is that game, the through the legs twice and then finish. It's just like,
and the
that
D
was just
was
so
pretty
casual,
good.
so casual, pop, pop, so fast. And then he finishes.
I'm not gonna lie, Bird's D was good. He stayed with him, but he's just against a force that is greater. There's nothing you could do. It's physics at that point.
God, yo.
He's God.
You can't. It's an act of God. What I just saw was an act of God. I can't compete with that.
I just don't understand how he was so well adjusted, man. I mean, maybe he wasn't because he did have the gambling and the drinking and that kind of stuff and like the excessive, competitive outlets with golf and ping pong and these types of things. But like, he seemed so calm every time you saw him in an interview. He didn't seem rattled. He didn't seem uncomfortable. He is the biggest human on the earth in that point in time. And he's unfazed by it. It just seems that he can't wait for competition. He's not going, oh my God, I got all these people weighing on me, all these people hoping that I win.
Competition's probably the break from all that.
I mean, that is greatness right there. You can't wait for that final moment.
Because it's just, I mean, it's also like, if I've been doing nothing but fucking business decisions and everybody's in my face all the time, this is my sanctuary. This is 94 feet.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I get that now. Like, people ask me like if I'm nervous to go on stage before shows sometimes. The busier I am and the more fucked up shit I got going on in my life, I can't wait to be on stage.
Yeah.
Because I know that being on stage requires such a singular focus.
I can't think about any of that. I get to leave it all behind.
There ain't even room for it.
Yeah.
There ain't even room for the other
I'm just
shit.
having fun.
This is fun. I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that makes him lean into the maniacal competitor even more because he's like, oh, when I compete, I forget about all this other shit.
Right.
When I'm playing golf against fucking Danny Ainge, or when I'm playing ping pong against Scottie Pippen, or when I'm playing in Game 7 of an NBA Finals, I am locked the fuck in. And I don't have to think about any baby mama drama. I don't have to think about bills. I don't think about deals.
Family asking me for this and that. Fucking cousins showing up out of nowhere. Fuck all of them. This is it. Let's go. Probably taking all that aggression out on his teammates and the other team. Fuck them. Fuck everybody.
Fuck everybody.
Think about his fucking cousin yelling at John Starks and whoever the fuck else, Patrick Ewing, dunking on him. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
So I know it's like blasphemous for most religions to say there's more than one God, but like Hindus, are you guys locked on the number of gods? Like, can you just add to them?
I think Hinduism is actually one God that takes on a lot of different forms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a bunch of different ones.
But then we believe, and I think every religion believes this, if you like dig, it's any human can achieve like God-like. You can have the qualities of God, and essentially like God is within all of us.
Yeah, I need to add.
Christianity believes that same shit.
That's what I
They
said.
need to add Michael.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Like, how do you say God in Spanish?
Dios.
Say again.
Dios.
Dios, right?
Yeah.
Why is it plural? It's not Dio.
Huh.
Ay Dios mío.
Yeah.
Oh my gods.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Now, there could be like pagan influences where, you're combining waves of speaking about, as language is put together, you're dealing with like people who dealt with multiple gods, the Romans and the Greeks had multiple gods. So maybe as Christianity is like moving throughout Europe, these things are combined, etc. But there is an acknowledgement, at least in Spanish, that it's more than one. Is there any reasoning for it?
Yeah, I just looked it up. It would say that it came from Latin, and like the Romans were like
I knew that.
a polytheistic culture.
Yeah. But isn't that interesting? Like, it wasn't corrected. And this was a time where like the church had full reign and full power over language. They could have easily said, no, it's deal.
Yeah.
There's one God. But no, they said Dios.
And I remember a kid telling me before I had even really read about Hinduism, just a white Christian kid was like, God is everywhere, right? God is omnipresent. God is in this glass. God is everywhere. Why can't God be in you? He's everywhere. God is in you. Everybody has that. And it's like, oh, he's even quoted, I don't know the accuracy of this, so maybe I'm an asshole, but there's a story in the Bible where I think Jesus is walking on water, and then one of his disciples starts kind of walking on water, and then like falls in after a few steps, and then Jesus is really disappointed. Am I talking like an asshole?
No, I don't know. I think
you're
for the other guy who thought.
Onward.
Son, that's Onward?
That's the movie Onward, son. That's literally Onward.
I see why that shit got you emotional, yo. That's powerful.
Son.
You're more religious than you know, Schulz.
Son, I'm a religious man.
Yo, more so than you know.
Man, I'm not religious, but I'm a believer.
Okay, word.
Say word.
All right.
Hey, Mark, do you know about that story with God and his homie trying to walk on the water too?
Yeah, and like he had little faith, so he couldn't do it.
And he said in that moment, like, God was disappointed, Jesus was disappointed. And he's like, I think he was disappointed because he's like, you could have done this if you just believed. If you just knew what was within you, you could have walked on water too.
Yeah.
What, Al?
Nothing. Fuck
Say
all
it,
that.
Al.
That's just dumb.
Al can't swim, so he's a little upset. You know what I mean?
Come on, Al. Talk to us, Al.
That's it.
Nah, there's something you're thinking about, Al.
Nah, I just think the story's dumb. Like, you see somebody walking on water, what makes you think you could do it too?
I think that seeing someone else do it would make me think.
Nah, but if you all think he's God's son, like, he has powers. You don't.
You did it for a few steps, though.
You did it for a few steps.
Nah, that's like when you like run and jump, you kind of the first foot hits the water.
Nah, bro.
You saw that shit on Instagram. There was
Yeah, I
somebody
saw that,
yeah,
dude.
there you
That shit was
go.
wild.
He walked on water.
You got to have more faith, Al.
But I think
He had faith,
Jesus
yeah.
asked him to go out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was like, yo, come through.
Damn, Al.
Oh, Jesus.
How you
set
let this
him up,
white dude
son.
school you on religion, yo?
Son, I've never been religious.
Never?
Yeah, like, I mean, I was forced to as a kid, but even as a kid, I didn't fuck with it.
Black and Latino, and you didn't do it, huh?
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, Dios mío, Al. Maybe you should get into God, bro.
I'm good.
Why not?
I pray.
Huh?
I pray.
You do pray.
I'm spiritual.
God
Like,
got
that's-
hair like a white woman?
Nah, not
Who do you
Jesus.
pray to?
That's the pagan God. What?
Who do you pray to?
Nothing. Just like a being.
I fucks with that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fucks with that. All right, we should wrap this up, man.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to touch on before we get out of here?
Do you care that A-Rod and J-Lo might want to buy the Mets?
No, I don't care. They just have the most like defy Latin stereotype marriage ever.
I like it.
Why? They're not married.
They're not?
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
No, I thought they got married.
Are they officially married?
Oh, I don't know.
Might
I
be
thought they
engaged,
are.
I think.
Oh, well then that's crazy that they would come together to buy it. That they're not married. That's
I
wild.
like it because then that means the Spanish hoes going to be at the Mets game.
Mm.
Instead of the Bronx, they all come into Queens.
You think?
Yeah.
So interesting, and you're right there in Queens, so you're going to be going to those Met games. Mets
I'm a
games.
Mets fan now, baby.
Their marriage got fucked up by coronavirus.
Did it really?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What happened?
It messed up the date. They got engaged in last March, and they're supposed to get married like this March.
You're
I would-
so much better at Google than Eden. It's crazy.
So Eden still be typing shit in right now.
Oh, bruh. I'm so
How old was
frustrated.
Selena when she got? What are you talking about? Shouts to
Says here
Eden,
she's
bro.
still alive, actually.
We
so.
gotta give Eden a call. Make sure
Yeah.
he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, man. I don't really care about it. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
either.
it's whatever.
I mean, it'd be cool if it happens. I don't think it's going to happen. And she already owned a piece of the Dolphins with her last husband.
She making some boss moves, man.
Making some moves.
She really making some boss moves.
She's
You gotta
like
give
Kim
it up to
Jong Un's
J-Lo.
sister.
Wait, but doesn't A-Rod own parts of the Marlins, I think?
Who cares? Fuck him.
I think he owns parts of them.
I mean, maybe
I
he's
don't
a
think he
nice
could
guy. I
own
don't
two
know.
teams at once. Or maybe it's Jeter.
Jeter owns part
Yeah,
of the
Jeter.
the
Rays or
Miami
some shit.
Marlins.
Oh, Miami,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We just slowed this down to a screeching halt at the end. You know what I mean? But it'd be like that sometimes. Akaash, you want to tell them about any shows coming up? Psych. Damn, man. I can't wait till we get some fucking shows back, man. Let's get out there. Go out there, protest. You know what I mean? Tell them nurses they don't know what they're talking about. Damn nurses out there really trying to save lives, bro.
Yeah, let's astroturf some people at a comedy show.
Oh yeah, that's the term. Yeah. It's instead of a grassroots what is it called? The grassroots
movement.
It's an AstroTurf movement because it's fake.
Fake grassroots.
But you know what? It's always more exciting on AstroTurf.
Yo, the game moves faster.
The game moves faster. Sometimes you need that turf, baby.
All right.
What? All right, guys.
Oh, you should go out and protest.
Say what? I do protest every single day.
Nah, let's
I come
see
to
it.
the studio.
Nah, but let's see it. Like,
Wait, like go hang around people who might have coronavirus? Fuck out of here, bro.
exactly.
Exactly. Anyway, we got to get out of here to do nothing. We love y'all. Be good and peace. Oh, we'll see you guys on a Patreon episode this Friday. If you guys are new, Patreon, we do another episode every Friday. It drops at patreon.com/flagrant2. Come join the asshole army. Peak flagrancy. If you thought today was flagrant, put it this way. If you were offended by anything we said today on this podcast, do not sign up for the Behind the Paywall podcast.
Absolutely not.
That would be our suggestion. It is not for you. Now, if you enjoyed the flagrancy that you heard today, we take it maybe to another level when not the entire world is listening, and you can get that at patreon.com/flagrant2. So if that's up your alley, please join the flagrancy and long live it. Peace. Be good.